NASCAR Hotpass debuted with DW in the announcer booth for a wild one in Daytona.
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go Hotpass racing! What a finish!
This week, NASCAR's best head to Chicagoland Speedway, where track position and points for the chase will have drivers' hands full.
Come on, let's go.
Ride shotgun with defending Chicagoland champ Jeff Gordon, Dale Jr., Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr., and Jamie McMurray to see who'll win it all in Chi-Town. Grab a comfortable seat and enjoy the action from the Windy City next on NASCAR Hotpass.
I'm getting right like the big city, Chicago.
The second half of the NASCAR Nextel Cup season begins today. Race 19 here at the Chicagoland Speedway in Joliet, Illinois. And this afternoon, you can ride shotgun all day long with a man who won here 2 years ago. It's Dale Earnhardt Jr. on NASCAR Hotpass, exclusively on DirecTV, presented by Dodge. With Ray Dunlap, I'm Adam Alexander, and as you can see, it's a spectacular day for racing. The seventh time the Nextel Cup Series has visited the Chicagoland Speedway. And you know, nearly 1/3 of the Nextel Cup schedule is made up of mile-and-a-half racetracks, just like this one here at Chicago, but each has its own unique characteristics. So Ray, what makes the Chicagoland Speedway separate itself from the other mile-and-a-half facilities we go to throughout the campaign?
Well, Adam, I really think it has to do with the line that Dale Jr. likes to take on this racetrack. You know, it's a pretty warm day today, but it's always hot when we come to Chicagoland. But I think what you'll see is two different ends of the racetrack. When he goes down to 1 and 2, it's real easy for him to ride the high side. But in 3 and 4, it's a different kind of a line. You may see somewhat of a diamond effect. He may go into turn number 3 really high, and if he's got the clear racetrack, you'll see him cut down to the inside and try to get his exit off. See, it is still somewhat of a tri-oval here in the center, so you want to get that run down off of turn 4 the best you possibly can. So watch for Dale Jr. to take a diamond effect over in 3 and 4.
And it's a facility that he no doubt knows how to get around. 2 years ago, we talked about the fact he took it to victory lane after starting deep in the field. Last year, an outstanding job recording a top 5 finished after starting 25th. He's got a great starting position here today, the 5th position. And while he's had great success at Chicago the last 2 years, this is a place where he's had not only success here, but the other mile-and-a-half tracks as well. As you look at the statistics Dale Earnhardt Jr. has put up at mile-and-a-half facilities, it's amazing. And so he's got to be very confident here today. And that's something that Ray talked to Dale Jr. about moments ago. We'll get a chance to hear from the driver of the Budweiser Chevrolet in a minute. And one of the topics of conversation we'll have here today is going to be where he's at in the standings. We'll visit with Dale about that as well a little bit later on this afternoon. And Ray, I think when you look at this racetrack, another thing we've seen come into play over the years is strategy. So let's talk about some of the strategies we can see play out here today, and perhaps some of the scenarios this team saw in practice here yesterday that would help us have a better understanding of what we may see play out this afternoon.
Well, here's the deal, Adam. They've got 13 sets of tires down here in the pit area. We start out with the set that's on the car, so call that 14. Will they use all those today? Absolutely not. But the most important thing is getting the right sets of tires ready to go and using them when you think it's appropriate. Now, I asked Tony Eury Jr. earlier today, will there be a 2-tire stop? You may remember that 2 years ago when Dale Jr. won this race here, they actually put 2 tires on, and his car was terrible loose. He could barely hold on to it. But back then, it was a different Goodyear compound. What we've got here today is 40-64, and the other tires that are with Goodyear here are 40-60s. Those are different tires than they used here 2 years ago when Dale Jr. won. But I don't think 2 tires is going to be the strategy today. I think throughout the course of the day, unless we get maybe a 10-lap run, somebody may try 2 tires. But throughout the day, I would look for Tony Eury Jr. and the guys down here on the Budweiser Chevrolet to put on 4 tires throughout the day to keep the balance right for Dale Jr. I think that's what's going to be most important.
And the other thing we should point out is when Dale Earnhardt Jr. went to victory lane here a couple of years ago, as you see Max Siegel and Tony Eury Jr. on camera there talking to one another. When he went to victory lane a couple of years ago, Ray, Steve Meal was the guy calling the shots. So a gutsy move to go with that two-tire scenario a couple of years ago. And Steve Meal, of course, now high atop the spotter stand, helping Dale Earnhardt Jr. around the racetrack throughout race day. Well, we talk about strategies and the different things that go into a race, and I think it's interesting to point out about Chicago, Ray. This is only the 7th time we've come here. This is a much different racetrack than it was 7 years ago. We talked about the fact that Ray caught up with Dale Earnhardt Jr. a few minutes ago. Let's listen in on the interview that took place down on pit lane.
Well, Dale Jr. gets ready to jump in that Budweiser number 8, and I have to imagine that the past success at this racetrack brings this team a lot of confidence.
Yeah, I hope so. You know, we got a little bit different setup than we normally run here, so hopefully that's going to work out for us. But, you know, the car was back and forth in practice as far as being competitive, and, you know, it's real hot and slick, so we'll see.
How quickly do you go to the high side? 8 laps, 10 laps, what?
I'll go wherever my car's going to work.
I'm sure of that. Dale Jr. ready to go, and this racetrack certainly a great one for him. Finished 5th here last year and a victor just 2 years ago here at Chicagoland.
And it always means good things when you've had success at a facility. And Ray talked about his stats. While the finishes have been good, he started deep in the field the last 2 years, 25th in both 05 and 06. Led laps each year, and of course today a great starting position, rolling off in the 5th position. And Ray, anytime you start out with that good a track position, it always helps the crew chief as far as getting the race going.
I think so, Adam, and there's no doubt about it. This is their best starting spot right here. But this is going to be a long race today, no doubt about it. Now, Tony Jr. is up here talking with Max Siegel, and I'll jump in for just a second if I can. Talk about pit strategy today, Tony. What do you expect we're going to see throughout the course of this race?
Well, it's I think you'll see 4 tires quite a bit. I bet somebody tries some 2. Right now, I think the biggest concern is we can turn it into a four-stop race if it goes green. And typically you have a lot of green flags here, so we're just going to try to shoot for the 51 mark there, start of the race, and get that, you know, in case it does go green. You don't want to be outside the box, but I think it's going to be a good day. We just got to kind of see how things play out, see how the track cools off, because it's going to be starting a little bit later than normal, so we'll see what happens.
These tires are so hard each and every week. I have to wonder, how late in the race can tires be a big advantage?
Yeah, they're probably not going to. I mean, they're going to be a little bit, but it's not a great deal. I think track position here means more than anything. So, especially in the Busch race, I mean, you've seen the 4 tires leading it, but the best car won. So we'll just go at it and see what happens. But there towards the end of the race, it's going to be all about track position.
All right, good luck to you. We'll be riding shotgun with these guys high atop the pit box right now. It is pretty warm here today, Adam, though. That's the thing. But a nice breeze. It's pretty comfortable down here on pit road.
And speaking of comfortable, Ray, one thing Dale Earnhardt Jr. would like to do is have a nice finish here today to put a little comfort between him and the guys running behind him as far as the Nextel Cup point standings are concerned. A tough week last week for this entire number 18. The number 8 team, they finish outside the top 30. And, of course, that pushed them into point standings or gave them less breathing room. He maintained his position in the 12th spot. So let's look at the standings and where Dale Earnhardt Jr. is in relation to the field. Jeff Gordon continues to lead after 18 races complete. Dale Earnhardt Jr. stays in the number 12 position, but now his advantage over 13th place Jamie McMurray, only 49 points. 8 races to go until the chase for the Nextel Cup. And Ray, you can talk about all the adversities this team has had to endure, and they've had a number of different things they've had to battle through. Tony Eury Jr.'s suspension, the dock in points. They've had a lot of bad luck throughout the year despite very good performance. As you look at the standings here, Dale Jr. some 102 points behind the man in front of him, Clint Boyer. Despite all that, they find themselves in the chase after 18 races, Ray. But with 8 races to go until the chase, there's really not a lot of room for error at this stage of the game.
No, I would agree with you there, Adam, and I think this team is focused on the fact that they've run great at just about each and every race. You know, when you see that 36th place finish at Texas and a 36th place finish at Daytona, those are not indicative in any way of how good their race cars were. Actually, both of those races, they felt like they were in a position to win the race. So to get a 36th on those days was very disappointing for this team, but they know that they've run much better than that. So you throw those aside and say, let's focus on these remaining races as we head towards Richmond. Get this car locked into the chase, and then you buckle down and go after that elusive championship. So the team is focused. They're ready to go, and we should see a great race today here at Chicagoland. They've got chassis 39, one of their old favorites. It's really run great on the 1.5 mile tracks, and their best qualifying effort today. The pit crew's fired up. Yeah, it's a late start to the race here today, but they're ready to go. And Dale Jr. seemed very confident when we talked to him earlier today. So I think it's going to be a great day.
And you, speaking of a great day in Chicago, if you're a NASCAR Hotpass fan, you've got an incredible driver lineup. You see Martin Truex Jr., the team car, making his debut on NASCAR Hotpass over on Channel 795. Denny Hamlin having a great year, second in the standings on 796. He's behind Jeff Gordon, the point leader, you can see today on Channel 797. And what about Jamie McMurray, breaking that long drought in the Nextel Cup Series as far as going to victory lane? He's on Channel 798 today, fresh off that win a week ago at Daytona. Well, we've introduced you to Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Tony Uri Jr., the crew chief. We'll also be hearing a great deal today from Steve Meal, the guy who was interim crew chief here a couple of years ago, led Dale Earnhardt Jr. to victory lane. He will call the shots high above the spotter stand here this afternoon. You can see the cars making their way through the tri-oval, less than a lap away from going green at Chicagoland Speedway. We're going to talk to Dale throughout the afternoon as this race continues, as you see driver 8 working inside the race car. 1 lap until we go green, and we'll be able to bring up team communications as we get set to take the green flag here at the Chicagoland Speedway today. So as we close in on the green flag and teams make their way down the back straightaway, we introduce you to the Chicagoland Speedway. Track facts for today's USG Sheetrock 400. 1.5 miles the distance of this facility, 18 degrees the banking. It is a D-shaped oval. And when you talk about the race analysis, 267 laps makes up 400 miles. Pit road speed today, 45 miles per hour in the pit window, somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 to 55 laps. And this track does have a history of long green flag runs. We could very well see 1 or more green flag pit stops this afternoon. A gorgeous day for racing at Chicagoland. Mostly sunny skies, 80 degrees, comfortable for the fans, not bad for the drivers. A slight wind of 4 miles per hour. Pace car is off. We're going racing at Chicagoland. Let's listen in. Dale Earnhardt Jr. starting 5th this afternoon.
Green flag, green flag. Outside. They're high.
Ray asked Dale Earnhardt Jr. the question in the open, how long before you go to the high side? Probably won't be lap 1 or 2, but it won't be long. Start at 5th, settles into the 6th position off the start, trailing Ryan Newman. Matt Kenseth riding behind Dale Jr. Very good at this racetrack the last 2 years is Kenseth. Jr. to the inside of Newman for 5th.
Clear.
And Steve Meal clears him for position. So after starting 5th, dropping to 6th at the green flag, Dale Earnhardt Jr. able to rally back and grab the 5th position. Top right of your screen all day long, you'll see the TNT broadcast. Good battle for 4th on screen, or 3rd rather. Jimmy Johnson going around teammate Kyle Busch. Casey Mears, your leader. You'll always see the TNT network broadcast in that top right of your box. Top left, you'll see Dale Earnhardt Jr. making his way around the track. And on the bottom of your screen, you will see an in-car camera. And it looks like problems for team car Paul Menard. Smoke off the 15 car, top right of your screen.
You know, Adam, I was really taken aback today as they got ready to do driver introductions. It's always a big sea of red when we go to a NASCAR Nextel
Clear
Cup
by
race.
2 to the 17.
But today here at Chicagoland, it was overwhelming when they introduced Dale Jr. today. This place absolutely went crazy. When you look into the grandstands, you see 1 or 2 people in every 3 have a red shirt on today. So lots of Junior fans on hand today at Chicagoland.
A lot of question marks as to how his change in teams would affect
Inside.
his fan popularity,
Big hole behind him.
as Dale Jr. lets Matt Kenseth go by in the early going. And I would say at this stage of the game that has not affected popularity in the least. As Ray pointed out, still a number of race fans in the grandstand that love to see Dale Earnhardt Jr. each and every week. And the reason why, this team running very good. Solidly 6th here this afternoon. 5 laps complete at Chicago. Martin Truex Jr. to the point. The team car takes over the top spot.
You know, Adam, talking with Tony Ure Jr. today here in the garage area, he really felt that the 1 car was the car to beat today. I asked him, do you guys have anything for Martin Truex Jr.? He said, we hope to be able to run close to him towards the end, but he felt like they're in the top 4 cars in the field here today. So that would be excellent if we get a top 4 finish. But he felt like right now, just judging off practice, what we've seen here the last couple of days, that Truex was the man to beat today at Chicagoland.
And top right of your screen, the other member of the DEI brigade on pit road. Problems for Paul Menard. And you look at Dale Earnhardt Jr. staying at the top through the first 18 races of 2007. 8 top 10 starts, 7 top 10 finishes.
Clear.
And Ray and I've talked a great deal today about Dale Earnhardt Jr. and the number of stats that really lie about his performance. He's finished back in the pack in a number of races where he's either been involved in an incident or had bad luck when really the car was performing quite well. And he's off to a solid start here today, riding 7th after starting 5th, 8 laps in to today's 267 lapper at Chicago.
And you know, Adam, Phoenix is one of the races that really stands out for me. You know, it was a Car of Tomorrow race, but they short pitted right before the final caution there, and then that really seemed to hurt them. I can't remember. I think they finished 18th or 19th that day, but it was Phoenix that jumped out at me where they really had a good enough car to go out there and perform much better than that finish. So I would add Phoenix to Texas and Daytona as the 3 disappointing moments of the 2007 season for the Budweiser crew.
Well, you know, there have been other races, Ray, where this team has performed well and had a good finish, but it could have been better. In Charlotte, a perfect example, driving this particular race car, chassis 39, cut a tire, lost 2 laps, but battled back to finish in the top 10. And if it hadn't been for some guys playing the fuel mileage game, Dale Earnhardt Jr. no doubt was the 2nd best car on the racetrack at the end of the race. So this is a team that at times has battled through adversity successfully as he flashes around Ryan Newman. Back up to 6th is Dale Earnhardt Jr. Other times they've not been so fortunate to battle back from some of the problems they've dealt with, but despite all of it, as we talked about in our open today, they're 12th in points, 8 races to go to the chase, and I think a win or 2 heading to the chase to give this team some momentum would work out nicely. And I think we're starting to get the answer to the question we asked in the pre-race. How long before you take it to the high side? The 8 car taking it out near the wall and are only 10 laps in, Ray.
Well, that's exactly what we expected. 8, 10, anywhere between there and 15 laps. Now, it'll be interesting, Adam, to watch him and how different the race car is performing at the 2 ends of the racetrack. I know that he's going to do a different kind of a corner, as I said just a bit ago, in 3 and 4. But it'll be fun to see just where the car wants to go and how Dale Jr. likes to drive it. I know he said 1 and 2 were no issues. He's very happy with the way the car rolls through the center down there. It was coming off of 3 and entering 4 is where he has his challenge. And again, a lot of times that's because if you're side by side with someone. But right now, this race has a very, very single file look to it. Lots of guys, about the first 15 of them running single file.
A lot of guys are running down low. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has already taken it topside. He started the Bud Chevy 5th today, and he finds himself 6th, 12 laps.
In the Sheetrock 400. Obsessing over celebrity, that's wrong. Unless that celebrity is bacon. Introducing the Baconator from Wendy's. 6 strips of bacon piled high atop 2 fresh, never frozen beef patties. Bacon! Obsess a little. Wendy's.
That's right.
I've judged just about everything you can grow. I've also become a pretty good judge of what I should eat. See, my doctor told me my cholesterol was higher than we'd like. I watched my diet, but that's not enough. He told me about statins, which are a good option. For me, he chose Zetia. Zetia helps lower my cholesterol differently. Statins work mainly with the liver, not Zetia. It works on the digestive tract, like some other medicines. But Zetia is unique in the way it helps block the absorption of cholesterol that comes from food. Zetia, along with a healthy diet, help lower bad cholesterol by an average of 30 points. That's 18%. It complements my diet and exercise program.
Zetia may not be right for people who have ever had liver problems, are nursing or pregnant, or may become pregnant. Your doctor will decide if Zetia is right for you. Unexplained muscle pain or weakness could be a sign of a rare but serious side effect and should be reported to a doctor right away. Common side effects included tiredness and stomach pain.
Should you take Zetia? Ask your doctor if Zetia is right for you. Zetia, it's a different way to help fight cholesterol.
Wow, I can't believe we're really gonna meet Casey K.
There he is.
I wonder what he's like.
I must be dreaming. I'm always dreaming of you.
Now would be a good time to have accident forgiveness. Part of Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance.
I'm super sorry about your car.
Are you in good hands?
More bars in more places. That's what you can expect from the new AT&T, the largest digital voice and data network in America. More bars in more places. So switch to the network you can trust. Singular's name is now AT&T. Your world delivered.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. greeting Lovie Smith, coach of the Chicago Bears, the Grand Marshal here today, and you heard the roar of the crowd earlier this afternoon as Dale Jr. was introduced to this crowd of nearly 80,000 fans that have packed the Chicagoland Speedway. Top left of your screen, you see Dale Jr. has gotten around Matt Kenseth back in the top 5. And top right of your screen, you will see that Jimmy Johnson has gone to the lead. He was able to make his way around Martin Truex Jr. while we were away. 19 laps in the books at Chicagoland, and really no surprise here, Ray. A green race so far, and that's something this track has really gotten a history of over the years as it's matured and it's weathered. Really, the long green flag runs has proved to be the guy that can win this race.
Well, and this racetrack is wide. You know, some of the mile and a halves are real bumpy and real hard to drive, but not here. This is a wide racetrack, plenty of room to go racing on. And as you said, the surface has matured. They've got a really hard tire here today, Adam. I just want people to realize how difficult it is for these crew chiefs and drivers to work with this hard tire. And what I mean by that is there's not a lot of strategy to these tires anymore. Used to be if you had a real soft tire, you'd come in late in the race with 15 laps to go, throw some tires on.
Real hard on the right front spring. Real tight, get me in. Through the center.
And that's really the first we've heard from Dale Jr. on the radio today. Tight in the center. A little bit hard on that right front. So we'll see what kind of adjustments they decide to go with. But again, as we talked about at the top of the show, so much of a 4-tire pit stop here because there's really just no advantage in that 2-tire strategy any longer. And you don't see guys taking a chance to come back in and lose that track position to try to get fresh tires anymore. So it's really kind of changed the way you race, especially the mile-and-a-half tracks.
And we were talking earlier in our broadcast, and I'm sure it'll be a theme as the afternoon continues, what line works best. And for Dale Earnhardt Jr., the high line has been a good one here in the early going. And if you look at our replay, top left of your screen, this is while we were away moments ago, Dale Jr. battling Matt Kenseth for the 5th position. Kenseth has since drove up to 4th, but watch as they go into turn 3 here. Matt Kenseth to the low line and Dale Jr. way up high. Now he trails going into the corner, but that momentum on the high side allows him to gain some ground on Matt Kenseth. Riding the line here at Chicago, and the guy that can take it up high the most successfully may be the guy that's able to come away with victory here this afternoon.
You know, Adam, I would love to be able to do some research and find out how many laps that Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Matt Kenseth have run side by side on a racetrack in any given series.
Stay there with that line. You're pretty good. We're about a third place car right there with that line, so just stay with that.
You know, we talk so much in this sport about communication, Ray, and a tremendous bit of information being given in a few words right there from Tony Eury Jr.
They don't really have to talk a lot. These two actually, I think they have mental telepathy that they can communicate without being on the radio most of the time. Tony Eury Jr. is so good at just watching what Dale Jr. does with his race car at each and every racetrack to know what he's doing now and what he's going to be doing later in the run. But not a lot of talk on the radio so far.
So top left of your screen, you see Tony Eury Jr., Dale Jr. riding sixth, and all of us at NASCAR Hotpass.
Kurt Busch races for the Cup. Choose the only light beer to win 4 gold awards in the World Beer Cup. Here's to the #2 car in the run for the championship. From the light beer that knows what it takes to win 4 times. Miller Lite, good call.
Our quarter pounder with cheese is made from 100% pure USDA beef. That means there's 0% anything else. That's what we're made of.
Not in the abdomen, Cameron.
Hi. This is Matthews. I'm Steve, your Progressive Claims rep.
All right.
I inspected the damage on your car, and you're all set.
Oh, thanks so much for coming by. My insurance agent recommended Progressive because you do this kind of stuff for free. I have 4 boys, so the smallest errand is just...
No problem.
You know, okay, thanks so much. Bye.
With Progressive, saving hundreds is just the beginning. Contact a local independent agent to switch today.
12 state lines, 47 red pickup trucks, and 3 bouncy things, 125 windmills, 98 Joshua trees. One great place to start counting sheep. Super 8, with over 2,000 locations, free high-speed internet, free breakfast, and great rewards with Trip Rewards. Wherever your journey takes you, you can count on Super 8. See you along the way.
Super 8, official hotel of Petty Enterprises, Bobby Labonte, and the number 43 car. TBS is the...
This is for the kids, for the pets. It's for story time, for the great outdoors, and the chance of a lifetime. This is for all the little reasons that are bigger than NASCAR. It's why we created the NASCAR Foundation, and you can help support the causes that mean the most to all of us by becoming a friend of the foundation.
Get involved. Show your compassion as part of the NASCAR family. Visit NASCAR.com to learn how.
Become a friend of the foundation for all the right reasons.
Last summer, Bernard Hopkins shocked Antonio Tarver and the world.
And new light heavyweight champion of the world!
After Winky Wright dominated Felix Trinidad, he exploded on Jermaine Taylor.
Now Winky lets his hands go again.
Both men rule the ring. Hopkins is bigger, stronger. Wright is quicker, tougher. Both men are armed and coming to fight Saturday, July 21st, live on DirecTV Pay-Per-View. Don't miss it. Live on DirecTV Pay-Per-View, Channel 123.
I'm Dale Earnhardt Jr., and you're riding shotgun with me all race long, right here on NASCAR Hotpass.
Challenging week for all those at NASCAR, but as always has been the case in this sport, the show goes on the weekend, and here we are at Chicagoland. Tremendous racing. Top right of your screen, the battle for 4th is on. Kyle Busch flashing around Matt Kenseth. Our guy, Dale Earnhardt Jr., in the 7th position. Ryan Newman able to slide around him while we were away in break. And Dale been a man of few words on this first run. 31 laps complete, and Ray, we're inside of 20 laps of starting this thing off with a green flag pit stop.
Very likely to see that happen at this racetrack, Adam. A number of times you'll have green flag stops here, and of course they got a great pit crew on this team, so that'll certainly be an advantage over a lot of these other teams on when we go green flag pit stops. We're at lap 31 right now, and as we said, the pit window going to be somewhere around 50 to 55. Now what you want to do...
Very nice right there, very nice lap. It's hard to get it to do it, Junior. Really hard on the right front tire.
What you want to do on this first run is get yourself in a little bit short to get a really good fuel reading.
Right there, it just gives up after about a lap of running it like that. Plowing around the front straightaway here.
Tony Jr. and Ray Ocean, the tire specialist, talking it over up there, what they might want to do on air pressure adjustments. Again, I would expect these guys to come down pit road somewhere around 47 or 48 laps. You want to do that on the first run to get a great reading on your fuel mileage, not press it too far. Get those tires off and take a good look at them. Get a feel for what you want to do later on in the race today.
The one advantage to starting out front in a Nextel Cup Series race is what you see right now. You've heard Dale Jr. talking about a race car that's not handling as well as he would like. Well, he started 5th, and despite the race car that's not perfect, he's running 7th. And anytime you have good track position to start, it can cure a lot of ailments and open up that margin for air as the race goes on.
Up about 5 pounds. All right, right now I'm going to take my interliner pressure at the right front, probably a half pound out the right front, put a pound in the right rear, and move the track bar down. That track bar will get it off of that right front a little bit for you. Okay.
Heard him talking about adjustments as we close in on somewhere in the neighborhood of 12 to 15 laps of being in the green flag stock category. Good racing top right of your screen. Jimmy Johnson putting some cars a lap down, and right now going to the outside of Joe Nemechek. Nemechek being scored in the 37th position. He goes a lap in arrears as Dale Jr. continues to roll along in 7th behind Ryan Newman. And now you see Martin Truex Jr. top right of your screen. He started up front, led some laps early today. He currently finds himself 1.1 seconds behind leader Jimmy Johnson. The team car, a part of NASCAR Hotpass today. You can see Martin Truex Jr. over on channel 795. And there you see top left of your screen, Ray Ocean, the tire specialist, making those air pressure adjustments that you heard Tony Eury Jr. talk about a moment ago.
And he's working on the right front tire there, Adam, and in just a moment he'll go back and work on the rears too. But these guys making sure they adjust not only the outer pressures but also the interliner pressures. And NASCAR officials actually stand here and have their own tire gauge with them. And what they'll do is they'll hand that tire gauge to Ray Ocean, and he's got to actually give them a reading. The official will take a look at it and make sure they're meeting minimum air pressure requirements. NASCAR very serious about making sure, you know, these teams would love to go down much lower on air pressure in the beginning of a run if they could get away with it. But we saw a stretch of races in NASCAR Nextel Cup Racing where they actually blew a bunch of tires, and Goodyear said, hey, these guys are going way under recommended.
Clear.
Well, and it's like you said, Ray, anytime you have the hard compound, a tire that Goodyear's bringing these days, these teams would really love to lower those air pressures, especially at the start of a run. And so that's why NASCAR has their officials in each pit box to make sure teams complying with those recommended pressures. You saw a moment ago Dale Earnhardt Jr. driving around Chad Chaffin. That was a lap car, obviously. Jr. continues to be scored in the 7th position. We're going to put 40 laps on the board next time by. Dale Earnhardt Jr. riding 7th, trying to make his climb to the front as we close in on a pit stop.
One morning you wake up and there it is, gray hair. And you wonder, will people see me for who I really am? How do you break out of that?
Just for Men stops gray from hiding who you are. Easy, with 5-minute Target Gray technology.
Today's a whole new ballgame. And then you wonder, why did I ever put up with gray hair?
Let the real you come through. Stay in the game with Just for Men.
To get more maximum payload for the new Ford Super Duty, we gave it a rigid frame and 8-inch longer leaf springs, which pushed the payload up to more than 3 tons. Introducing the bold new F-Series Super Duty. It's built better to work harder for you.
New Diet Pepsi Max with ginseng and more caffeine.
At Applebee's, we're grilling fresh with Chef Tyler Florence.
You know, there's nothing better than food fresh from the grill. And that's what inspired Applebee's new New York strip steak. I serve it with steakhouse-style crunchy onion rings.
Grilling fresh with Chef Tyler Florence, only at Applebee's.
Experience the movie phenomenon that's changing everything. From executive producer Steven Spielberg and director Michael Bay. Rated PG-13, now playing.
Michigan International Speedway, it's your speed. With all of your favorite NASCAR drivers and excitement, the rush of 43 cars at the green flag and the fight to the finish, to a weekend filled with tailgating, family, and friends. It's all coming your way at your speed. This August 17th, 18th, and 19th. To guarantee your seats for the NASCAR Nextel Cup 3M Performance 400 August 19th, call 800-354-1010 or go to racetickets.com. Easy, secure, fast. Michigan International Speedway, it's your speed.
The NASCAR Nextel Cup Series racing at the Chicagoland Speedway in Joliet, Illinois. Today's aerial coverage brought to you by Inn Properties and Resorts. You heard clear on the radio from Steve Meal. That because Dale Earnhardt Jr. just went around Matt Kenseth on the racetrack, moved the Bud Chevy to 6th in the running order. And while we were away, we heard Tony Eury Jr., the crew chief, say less than 10 laps to a stop. David Rudiman slow on the racetrack. Problems for the 00. Ray, looks like the guys are getting ready to get it done for the first time today.
Yeah, they are, Adam. It's lap 45 complete right now as they come by. We're looking at lap 51. 51 is when we expect them to see Dale Jr. down pit road here, and the guys getting fired up, ready to go for this first round of pit stops. Will it be under green? Looks like so. Right now, the way things have been going so far here early on at Chicago.
You knock on wood and say a very clean race in the early going. 45 of 267 complete. Top left of your screen, a great vantage point of Dale Jr. running the high line. Matt Kenseth just behind him, running 7th. And they're going around Joe Nemechek on the racetrack, who is a lap down. Top right, you're riding along with Kurt Busch. He's currently scored 17th. And bottom of your screen, you're on board looking out the front windshield of Dale Earnhardt Jr. as he goes into turn 3 here at Chicagoland. Matt Kenseth you see pulling off the racetrack. He will make his pit stop at lap 48. Giving Dale Jr. some breathing room on the track. Kevin Harvick now, the next car in line behind Dale Jr. in the 7th position. You see the service top right of your screen for Matt Kenseth, who is in. He was leading this race late a year ago before Jeff Gordon got into the rear of him, and Gordon went on to victory. Carl Edwards in as well, and 3 laps away from Jr. coming to pit road.
Seemed a little odd to me to come in that much early. That's 3 laps earlier than they expect to pit Jr. Now, you don't want to leave your car out there too many laps while these other guys are getting fresher tires, but you also want to run it as far as you can on the possibility of a caution coming out. So you try to stretch it right to that very edge of your first run. Kenseth coming in about what I would figure 3 laps too early.
Jamie McMurray was on pit road, the most recent winner in the series, picking up the victory last week at Daytona. He's a Hotpass car today. And there you see top right of your screen, Martin Truex Jr. on the pit lane. Another Hotpass car, led laps earlier today. Of course, he's Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s teammate. All these guys coming to pit road prior to Dale Earnhardt Jr. has cycled the Bud Chevy up to 3rd in the running order. He's closing in on Robbie Gordon, but that not a battle for position. Gordon scored 27th on the board right now.
Tony Jr. looking to stay on his plan here in pit right when they called him.
Here comes your 5 points, Tony Jr. 10-4, we're going to pit. Next time by, pitting next time by. 4 tires, track bar down, guys.
How about that? Leading the lap and get those 5 bonus points by staying out just that little bit extra. So that worked out great. He'll come down next time to the attention of the Budweiser crew.
Jimmy Johnson and Kyle Busch.
This time, Jim, we definitely led the lap, Tony Jr.
Jimmy Johnson and Kyle Busch were in front of him. They pit. Dale Jr. gets the 5 points, as you heard. And now we'll let the crew go to work.
It'll be 4,200 second gear when you get there. Down around the corner here. Missed it, guys. Missed it.
Dale Jr. missed the entrance to pit road and slowed down a good bit. It's going to cost him a little bit of time.
Kevin Harvick goes around Jr. He takes over the race lead. Harvick is not yet pitted either.
Now here's the good news, Adam. We've got a big opening in front of Dale Jr.
Inside, big hole behind him. Clear low, coming this time. That 29 should be coming this time too, Jim. 4,200.
Right behind us, the 36 of Jeremy Mayfield is already pitted. In front of us, Clint Boyer is already pitted. We've got an opening in front of us, in front of stall 18. It's wide open, so the guys should have no trouble. Here comes Junior right behind Harvick.
All right, you're going to come right around him with 2 tenths in front of the 29, bud.
Let's watch the pit stop.
Right here. Nice and smooth. Put on the brake. Right there. Good job.
They're going to make a track bar adjustment, down 1 round. Also a pound out of the right front and a pound into the right rear for air pressure adjustments. Nice and smooth. Everything fine. Junior
go
back
hard.
to the racetrack.
Go.
A tick over 14
4,200
seconds.
right there.
Good pit stop to start the day. For the guys that go over the wall and service the machine for Dale Earnhardt Jr. So the pit stop coming at lap 52. First service of the day for Dale. Ray talked about the track bar adjustment.
4 more cars here outside, Jim.
Also some air pressure for Dale Jr.
And coming to outside, there's a hole behind him. That's him outside.
When Dale pitted, he was in second behind Kevin Harvick, who pitted right in front of him. Everyone has been to pit road now. Junior across the start-finish line, and we'll see where it cycles out. Dale scored in the 13th position. Lost a little bit of time there when they missed pit road. He is battling Carl Edwards for a spot on the racetrack. He gets around him up to 12.
And Adam, those air pressure adjustments will make a big difference for Junior, especially early on in the run here as those tires start to build up. He'll be making those different changes there, so it should be a lot better in this second set of run. 54 laps are complete from Chicagoland.
There's a new policy in NASCAR. You break it, you fix it.
So driving for the Home Depot, naturally, I like to help. Hey, Denny, fix that fence with 6-gauge galvanized chain link. 6-gauge what? 2 gallons of Cascade White for that wall, Bobby. Exterior enamel. I gotta paint this? Tony! Fill those tracks in with topsoil, man. Good work, guys. Who's planting the Bermuda grass this time? Woo!
Truck guys will tell you, taking off from a dead stop with 10,000 pounds ain't no picnic. So this half-ton's got massive torque, a 6-speed tranny with tow haul mode, and 4 oversized disc brakes. Because stopping 10,000 pounds ain't no picnic either. Available on the all-new full-size Tundra, the truck that's changing it all.
I can't believe I won this.
Yeah, that's something.
Be right back, Jeff.
Hey guys, here's your feast for 2 and your game cards. You could win a trip to meet Pepsi driver Jeff Gordon. The real Jeff Gordon.
Win a trip to meet me at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Just order a Pepsi and play at Famous Dave's.
This painting season, you've got a lot of stuff to paint, but not a lot of time. The Wagner Power Painter with innovative lock-and-go cartridges lets you go from staining to painting in a snap. Wagner, paint fast, paint smart.
I figured out how to solve this pension problem.
Great, how?
You make use of the husband.
This Friday,
We're not gay.
Sandler is back.
You can't touch her.
You want a bite? I meant food. Are you hungry?
I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday.
Yeah, that's right, people. I quit. It's the dawn of a new Chad. This box isn't big enough to hold Chad's potential. Get ready, people, because I'm a rocket to the top, and it's time to light that candle. Adios, amigos. Woo!
That's not good.
Need to keep your car moving? Go to NASCAR.com and click on the NASCAR Performance logo for car care know-how and a listing of NASCAR Performance Network shops near you.
I'll walk. NASCAR Hotpass back live at the Chicagoland Speedway, working caution, as you can see, for the first time today. It comes out at lap 59, and the reason, Jeff Green spinning in turn 2. You see the replay top right of your screen. Didn't hit the wall. Should be a pretty easy cleanup here. And Dale Jr. said on the radio the changes they made to the car helped, Ray.
Yeah, but still just a little bit tight, Adam. So I would expect maybe a half-pound air pressure difference this time for these guys. Something small. He said it was better. They're trying to get information here.
Pit road is open. Pit road is open.
Getting information on what all to do here.
NASCAR
all right,
Hot
we
Pass.
are going to pit here.
And you hear the word there from Tony Jr. They will pit.
Going to do 2 lefts here, guys. 2 lefts.
Left side tires.
And Adam, it completely changes the way you arrange the guys who are going over the wall, whether you're doing 2 rights, 2 lefts, or doing a 4-tire stop. So these guys know the ballet and which way they're going to go based on which tires.
4,200 when you get there, June. Keep it off the wall in the pit box. Don't slide your right. .24 is going to keep on going. You're about 5 away. Right here, oh, come on in here. Right here, 2 left. Keep it out. Right there. Go hard as you can. Go, go, go. All the way to the grass, June. All the way to the grass, 4,200.
Looked like a little strategy for Kyle Busch as well. A number of guys got 4 tires. Dale Jr. pitted in the 12th position, and we'll see how he comes off pit road. Solid work for the guys. Left side tires only, and we were telling you prior to pit stops, you can be a part of our broadcast. We'll give you the email address when we return. 60 laps in the books at Chicago.
We believe in going our own way, no matter which way the rest of the world is going. We don't believe it should take a lifetime of working for the man to ride with us. Low monthly payments available through July 31st. Starting MSRP for 2007 models is $6,595.
Yo. What your boys got there?
It's a pizzone.
That's huge.
Delicious.
So...
No.
It's back. The Pizza Hut Pizzone is yours alone. Over 1 pound of melted cheese and tasty toppings baked in a pizza crust. A big eat for the tiny price of $5.99. Or get 2 for $10.99. Tackle your hunger with classic meaty or pepperoni.
Hey, Mooch, you want one?
Yeah?
Order up. Get way more. Get America's favorite pizza. Pizza Hut. Now online.
Looks busy at that Goodyear retailer.
Retailer? That word's a little impersonal, isn't it?
How about purveyor of innovative tire technology?
I like that.
Come into the Goodyear Freedom to Get There tire event now for innovative tire technology and get up to a $50 cash card by mail-in offer with the purchase of a set of 4 select Goodyear tires. Or double your cash card up to $100 when you make your purchase on your Goodyear credit card. Innovative thinking up here so you can get there. Goodyear, get there.
He's part of America's favorite comedy tour.
We were young, we finished making love, we'd get ready for round 2. Now we finished making love, it's like, oh man, Law and Order's on.
Now, Blue Collar Comedy's Bill Engvall stars in his very first sitcom.
Think fast!
Awesome, Dad. I would really like to go out on a date.
Me too, but I didn't think you'd let me.
The all-new TBS comedy series, The Billing Ball Show, premieres Tuesday night at 9. To see a sneak peek of the show, go to TBS.com.
You don't feel bad about this at all, do you?
I'm not the one who's married.
When you've lost your faith,
I've lost my mind, guys.
the road to redemption begins when you least expect it.
Dear God, please help me.
What do you need? Academy Award winner Holly Hunter, like you've never seen her before. The new TNT series that has everyone talking. Saving Grace, Mondays at 10, premiering July 23rd, following the closer. For a sneak peek of the series premiere and more, go to TNT.tv now.
5 cars coming.
Under caution for the first time today, less than a lap away from going back green. Dale Earnhardt Jr., a big mover there. Came in 12th, 2 tires, gets him out 7th, and the team picks up 5 spots. And don't forget, folks, stay tuned after the checkered flag today. It's the Old Spice post-race show, channel 795 through 795. You get this kind of coverage only from NASCAR Hotpass. It's the Old Spice post-race show, and of course, you can be involved in our program throughout the afternoon. Dial us up by email. It's NASCAR Hotpass at directtv.com. Send us an email about the team, about the race, about the Chicagoland Speedway. Ray and I will do our best to answer it, perhaps get this 8 Budweiser team involved as well.
Let me tell you what I really like here, Adam. Tony Eury Jr.'s decision to put on left side tires here and get track position back. We'll restart in 7th here, but these left side tires could go pretty much the rest of the race. So that allows him an option. It allows him an option to decide to go to right side tires only later or do another 4-tire stop. It gives him a big window of opportunity here to keep that car up front.
And we'll put a note by that call of Tony Jr. on the pit box, perhaps later today. It will be our Shell made to move of the race. Dale Earnhardt Jr. restarts 7th. Let's listen to Steve Meal talking through the traffic on the restart.
Inside, June, inside. Still inside, Junior. Still inside. Clear low.
Great aerial coverage, top left of your screen.
Clear.
Again, Properties and Resorts blimp. As Jeff Gordon goes around, Dale Earnhardt Jr. goes around Jeff Gordon, picks up 6th in the running order. Ryan Newman, Kyle Busch riding side by side in front of Dale. Those guys 4th and 5th in the running order. So if Junior can compete with him, it would be a battle for position on the board. Junior swinging to the inside of Busch. Great look there from the onboard camera.
Also keep in mind here, Adam, that when you do right side tires only, it tends to tighten up the race car. So I think Tony Eury Jr. made a double call here. Number one, by going with lefts, helped loosen up the car just a little bit, but even more so, giving him lots more options later on in the race. I really like that call. We probably won't see a 2-tire call right at the end of this race, but we had run so few laps. We had come in and pitted on 52, then the caution comes out again at 60, so we had only run about 4.5 or 5 green flag laps there. Real good call for going for left side tires.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Still inside you.
I like it from what it does as far as options are concerned down the road in case you want to do
low, 1 car
right
back
side
to
tires only. Jeff Gordon around Junior as he starts to move out, work the high side. Matt Kenseth to the inside as well. That's the battle for 7th.
What else it does, Adam, it allows you to learn about what this race car is doing with those lefts. You wouldn't want to do left side tires only probably at the end of the race. You would then more likely go with right side tires. But nevertheless, again, I believe it'll be a 4-tire stop at the end of this race. It puts a guy in position to have the best handling race car in order to have the shot to win this today.
Clear by 3 to the 48.
Dale Jr. being scored an 8th. Right behind him on the racetrack, Jimmy Johnson. He took 4 tires on that last stop. He's been a big mover since the restart. May remember in the open of the race, Junior slid back a bit and then rallied late in the run before stabilizing.
Inside.
Top right of your screen, you see Reed Sorensen on screen. They use strategy to get up to the number 2 position in the running order.
4 back to the 07.
Kevin Harvick, who pitted with Junior, under green at lap 52, the leader of the race. Junior riding 9th. He's not said anything on the radio since the restart. And perhaps too early in the run to really make a fair assessment of the race car, especially taking only 2 tires. It was probably 12 or 15 laps before we heard him talk on that first run of the day, Ray.
Yeah, and Adam, if we get a chance, I'd like to put our pit camera up here and give you an idea of what's going on down pit area. These guys never stop working. They're constantly busy. This is DJ Kopp, who changes front tires, and what he's doing, he's got a little pair of needle nose pliers and he's pulling little tiny bits of glue out of the inside of the wheel. Now that's the back side. The lug nuts are glued onto the front side, but you don't want that at little bits of extra glue after it's dried up to get in there and possibly hold it. That could get on the wheel stud and then possibly give you a problem with getting those lug nuts on. So these guys do a lot of work down here on the side just to try to make sure that everything's picture perfect and ready for the next pit stop.
A game of inches, no doubt, is the world of NASCAR Nextel Cup racing. Dale Jr. riding 9th. We put 72 laps on the board.
Here's to the light beer that wins award after award, year after year. The original and still the greatest, Miller Lite. Good call.
More letters for Rookie of the Year, Danny Hamlin. Dorsey Rogers from Nashville, Tennessee writes, "Hey FedEx, does Danny have any unusual methods of honing his skills?" Well,
okay, you want to play it like that?
Who is this guy?
Trying to make sense of all your insurance options can make anyone feel a bit helpless. Fortunately, that's where we come in. For over 125 years, the principal has helped make the tough financial decisions easier. So whether it's life insurance, disability income insurance, or medical coverage, we can make protecting you and yours a lot less stressful. The Principal Financial Group will give you an edge.
This is Bill. He works for Ford, and he's wrecked more cars than Hollywood.
You ought to see my insurance rates.
I'll take care of the jokes, Bill. Did the Ford F-150 get a 5-star crash rating?
Yep, 5 stars for both driver and front passenger.
What about the other guys?
Some of the others didn't do as well.
Ooh. So I guess sometimes it's better to play it safe?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Take the Ford Challenge. Find out why the F-150 is the best choice.
Introducing new Subway Scrabble, a 1 in 2 chance to instantly win food. Or collect letters and play online for a chance to win thousands of prizes, including 10 $100,000 jackpots. Play often, win often. Subway, eat fresh.
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
So how'd the testing go?
Well, low-quality discount gasoline's gonna leave behind engine gunk.
Hate engine gunk.
I know you do. Well, Shell stopped gunky buildup to help engines perform at their best.
Still won't turn right, huh? Not gonna happen.
The Nextel Cup Series racing in Chicago. Dale Jr. started 5th. The Budweiser Chevy currently 10th in the running order. We put 78 laps of 267 on the board. One caution flag, no big deal. Jeff Green got turned around. The good news is Dale Jr. running solid here today, as his teammate closes in on him, Martin Truex Jr. Both drivers, by the way, on NASCAR Hotpass here today. Well, you know, here we are, the second half of the season already upon us, and the racing getting better and better each and every week. You should be a part of NASCAR Hotpass, the final 17 races, and they're all here each and every week, and you get it for only 2 payments of $29.50. That's $350 a race for 17 races, including that dramatic ride to the NASCAR Nextel Cup Championship at Homestead Miami Speedway in November. Dial us up. It's 1-800-GET-SPORTS, or log on to directtv.com/Hotpass. Tell them you want the final 17 races of NASCAR Hotpass here in 2007. Interesting, we have not heard from Dale Jr. on the radio. We've put up about 15 laps since we went back under the green flag. And Ray, what's your assessment in watching the guys work down there?
Well, it's hard to say about the race car because he's pretty much running the exact same line that he was on earlier. We'll see if he drifts up a little bit higher in the center down there in 1 and 2 than he has recently here. But absolutely nothing on the radio since they went with that call for left side tires only. Haven't heard a thing from Junebug about how the car is handling, so I assume everything's pretty good.
First time in Martin Truex Jr.'s career he's been on NASCAR Hotpass, and he and Dale Jr. working in and around one another on the racetrack. Truex started second today, led laps in the early going. And if you weren't with us on a cycle of green flag pit stops, Dale Jr. stayed out and led a couple of laps right around lap 50. So each of these 2 drivers from the DEI camp have been able to pick up 5 bonus points here today. Top right of your screen, you see a nice battle among Jimmy Johnson and Matt Kenseth. Johnson picks up the 6th spot. As we talk about standings with 8 races to go to the chase, and I'll tell you what, it's as good as it's ever been, Ray.
Well, absolutely, Adam. And you know what I really think is interesting? This year they expanded the chase for the Nextel Cup to 12 drivers. So that has changed the way everybody takes a look at who's going to be in the chase and who you're racing against. Now, check it out. Dale Jr. has been in 12th after the last 4 races in NASCAR Nextel Cup. He was 12th after Michigan, Infineon, Loudon, at New Hampshire, and also after Daytona, and that's even after taking a big hick in the points. But look at the guys he's racing with. McMurray, Newman, Kyle Busch, and Biffle. You think these race teams don't know who they're up against racing to try to get into those top 12 positions? You absolutely do. There's somebody on this team that's keeping an eye on what all those other competitors are doing that's right around Dale Jr. And of course, Jr. is 12th in points right now, and Clint Boyer is in 11th in the 07. So I got to believe it's not going to be too many weeks till Jr. is able to catapult ahead of Clint Boyer. And ahead of Boyer is our teammate, Martin Truex Jr., who's currently in 10th in the points.
Well, you talk about Clint Boyer, just ahead of Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the standings. He rides 9th here today. You've got Kurt Busch, who's just behind Jr. in 13th this afternoon. Ryan Newman right behind Jr. in the standings, riding 8th today. And the man directly behind Dale Jr., currently 13th in the points, is Jamie McMurray. He rides 20th this afternoon. And, you know, the great thing is, as you talked about, Dale Jr. has been 12th and in the chase the last few weeks. The bad news is, after a tough break last week, he went from a nearly 200-point cushion over 13th in the standings to 49 entering today.
Yeah, and Adam, that is the thing. But, you know, when I look at those guys ahead of him, what a great year it's been for Clint Boyer. That 07 Jack Daniels team has really been on a roll. But I believe that Dale Jr. and the 8 Budweiser crew have a much better overall team. So I don't think it's going to be too long before he moves up and challenges Boyer to move ahead there. And we also know that a couple other drivers up there are going to have an opportunity to ease their way back towards us a little bit. So it's my prediction, as we get to the chase for the Nextel Cup coming up at Richmond, that Dale Jr. is going to be right between 7th or 8th in the points as we head into the chase. And hopefully we'll be able to pull up that first championship ever for Dale Jr. in the Budweiser Chevy.
And you talk about moving up in the standings. He may be moving up the pylon at Chicago here today. We just heard Dale Jr. say on the radio, better, better, which means the Bud Chevy is coming to him. Top right of your screen, you see Kevin Harvick leading. Another driver on the move, Jimmy Johnson. He's up to 4th. Your driver, Dale Earnhardt Jr., 10th. 88 laps on the board.
You there?
Look, I said no calls at work.
Oh, didn't know I had to make an appointment.
Look, I'm just trying to earn some paycheck.
Oh, bring up the $1 million you're trying to win me? What are you doing that's so important? I got stuff going on today too, man. I gotta go shopping for a birthday gift for my girlfriend. She does not want an amplifier. I found that out the hard way.
Enter the Sprint Speed Million Sweepstakes presented by Motorola. You could get a call from a Nextel Cup driver and a chance at $1 million.
I heard Stacy got promoted.
I heard the same thing.
I couldn't believe it.
Seriously? You gonna do that? What?
You don't need a napkin tuck for a quarter pounder with cheese.
This is a new shirt. That's a lot of beef and cheese.
You think you can't handle it?
I can handle it. Can you take it off? You look ridiculous. Fine.
The quarter pounder with cheese, made with 100% beef.
You got something on your shirt. I'm aware of that.
Get away from her, you... This thing just won't leave. All I want to do is kick back and enjoy the direct TV we just hooked up. I mean, I just got the best TV package in the universe for free. This is gonna feel almost as good as when I got rid of cable.
Get our best TV package free for 4 months.
Dedicated, courageous, tenacious. Warriors of a different sort, preparing for their moment of glory. NFL Sunday Ticket from DirecTV. Up to 14 games a week during the regular season. For the true football fan, this is where all the magic happens. For the most NFL action anywhere, sign up now and get $20 off the regular price. Call 1-800-GET-SPORTS now.
The NASCAR Nextel Cup Series back at Chicago. Look at this replay on your screen. Dale Jr. going around Ricky Rudd, and it slides up on him, nearly catches the wall. That not a battle for position. Rudd a lap car. Nice save by Dale Jr. That could very well be an award that we give out on our post-race show. It would qualify as a nomination for the Shell Made to Move of the race. Here Dale Jr. going around Clint Boyer and picking up 9th on the racetrack. Over on channel 797, you've got Jeff Gordon, Randy Pemberton, and Hermie Sadler calling the action. Let's go pod to pod with those guys. Gordon riding 6th.
Adam Alexander, Ray Dunlap. Adam, let's speak to you first. How is the 8 car doing here this afternoon? You were a little further up moments ago. Currently, we ride 6th. You're now back to 9th. What is Dale saying about his car?
He was tight on that first run of the day, Hermie. They made a slight chassis adjustment when they pitted at lap 52. Dropped back to 12th in the running order after the pit stops, and were able to get up to 7th after a 2-tire stop at lap 60. And the most recent thing we heard on the radio from Dale Earnhardt Jr., the car getting better, and perhaps that's the reason why he just run around Clint Boyer and is up to 9th in the running order. I see Jeff Gordon riding 5th. What's been the word there, Hermie?
Well, Adam, we are up to 5th, and we used a little bit of pit strategy on this last time we were on pit road for this caution. We came in the 10th position, came in and got gas only, went back out in 5th, and currently ride still in the 5th position. And I was curious to ask Ray Dunlap, what has the 8 car done on pit road, and any adjustments they made to that car on those 2 pit stops?
Well, Hermie, on our first round of pit stops at lap 52, we did make air pressure adjustments, went down a pound in the right front and up a pound in the right rear. Also a little tweak on the track bar. But on the last round of pit stops at lap 60, we went with left side tires only. And I think this is a very interesting strategy for Tony Eury Jr. You know, these left side tires on these race cars will last absolutely forever. Now that gives him the option on this next round of pit stops to go with right sides only and go for all important track position. Will they do that? I don't know. He told me earlier in the day that he would much rather have 4 tires on there each and every time, but we know these left side tires are really hard and they'll last 2 or 3 cycles if you needed them to.
Great information down there. We appreciate that, Ray. Adam Alexander, maybe we'll talk to you a little bit later on. And good luck here this afternoon with Dale Earnhardt Jr.
So Hermie Sadler, Randy Pemberton calling the action today on Channel 797. Jeff Gordon 5th on the board, and we heard Hermie talking about the fact that they went strategy pitting at lap 60 fuel only. Dale Jr. getting left side tires, and you look at it on the racetrack from a track position standpoint, there are only 4 positions in front of where Dale Jr. rides right now. And I think those left side tires, as we talked about earlier, Ray, give you a lot more options down the road than maybe the fuel only. We'll see how it pans out. It's very early, but I like our call at this stage of the race.
I agree with you completely, Adam, but here's I guess my question is, Junior said that the car is better, and that's a good thing, but we were running side by side with Jeff Gordon at the restart, and Gordon has gone ahead a couple of positions on the racetrack, so that may mean that Jeff Gordon's car here at Chicagoland is really, really good, because I know our car is very good, and that may be bad news for the other competitors here. If Gordon's that good to go with fuel only and be up in 5th position and hanging on, that's an indication that the 24 might be someone else to beat today.
Speaking of moving to the front, here's Dale Jr. around the Reed Sorensen car. That's the battle for 8th. As you look at Dale Earnhardt Jr. throughout the day, started 5th, and here we are at lap 100, up to 8th in the running order at Chicago.
Hello, I'm Alex Keith, president of Old Spice Marketing. To promote the new Old Spice Collectors series, we pioneered a unique media opportunity. Tony Stewart's Armpits.
I think it's really good. This is the same car that you wanted.
What's the difference between Mach 3 and Gillette Fusion Power? 8 years of innovation and 20 more patents. That's what makes Gillette Fusion Power even better. Try it and feel the difference. Gillette Fusion Power.
Scenes too intense for theaters. Kept from the public until today. See the most disturbing movie of the year. The Hills Have Eyes 2. Only unrated DVD. Tuesday.
You don't feel bad about this at all, do you? I'm not the one who's married.
When you've lost your faith,
I've lost my mind, guys.
the road to redemption begins when you least expect it.
Dear God, please help me.
What do you need? Academy Award winner Holly Hunter, like you've never seen her before. The new TNT series that has everyone talking. Saving Grace, Mondays at 10, premiering July 23rd, following The Closer. For a sneak peek of the series premiere and more, go to TNT.tv now.
All over America, thousands of kids are getting ready for one of our great racing traditions. The All-American Soapbox Derby, presented by Levi Strauss Signature. Let's go racing.
every driver, all on your computer. Which driver will you follow? The all-new Track Pass Race View from NASCAR.com. Your driver, your view.
Back riding shotgun with Dale Earnhardt Jr. at Chicago. Top right of your screen, you see Kevin Harvick continues to lead. That has not changed. What has changed is Dale Earnhardt Jr. going from 8th to 6th while we were away. And I guess for Dale Jr., as far as the 8 is concerned and his fans, you could say, Ray, the writing is on the wall, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Adam, before the race gets ready to go, lots of people have hot passes to come down on the pit area and walk around a little bit. Well, they always notice where the Budweiser War Wagon is, and once they do, they get the Sharpie out and they start writing on the wall down here. Check out this one right here. Here's a message that comes from Jesse Lofton, and Jesse says, Junior, someday I aspire to race just like you. Whether I'm running quarter midgets or micro sprints, someday I want to be as great as Dale Jr. A whole lot of people wrote on the wall down here. Now what happens is they all write all over the place, then the crew comes down and puts the Budweiser banner on there. And then you lose some of the writing. So here's a tip.
Pretty cool. We're looking at about probably 5 more laps. We ain't got to go the whole distance this time.
If you fans are going to write on the wall, make sure you do it down on one of the ends because they put the banner right in the middle.
So the fans getting it done as we start to see some guys coming to pit road and making their pit stops. Dale Earnhardt Jr. up to 6th. He got around both Matt Kenseth and Ryan Newman and maybe paid a bit of a price in getting around Matt Kenseth. He was passing him for the 6th position. Kenseth has since dropped back to 8th, but we look at the replay when he went around him. Top left of your screen, watch Junior. He's got the high side, gets around him, boom. Gets the right rear into the wall. No major damage. In fact, the lap times that Steve Meal radioed to him, he said he's picked up 2 seconds on the leader in the last 20 laps, but they have been having some conversations about possible damage on the right rear for Dale Earnhardt Jr. And as we talk about that, top right of your screen, change for the lead. Kevin Harvick to pit road under green. Tony Stewart takes over the top spot. First time he's been out front today. It's our 7th lead change of the afternoon. And if you look at the lap times for Dale Jr., he picked up a 10th from lap 106 to 107, and he's been very consistent since then.
2 important things there, Adam. Number 1, Dale Jr. said on the radio, boy, that wall really sticks out over there. They said, well, remember where it is and don't hit it again. And the other thing is Tony Jr. came on the radio and said, listen, we don't have to run the full length of this pit cycle. We may bring you in a little bit early. It's lap 111 right now, so expect the 8 car to come to pit road probably next time by.
Still burning the right front off.
Last pit stop for Dale Jr. came at lap 60. No doubt he can go well over 50 laps. He went 52 laps on the first run of the day. And the next time he crosses start-finish line, that would be 52 laps on this run. Junior up to 2nd in the running order.
Quit pit next time by. Pitting next time by.
No need to stay out to lead a lap here because he's already picked up the 5 bonus points. Junior talking about still working.
Time 30 car lengths behind us. You have plenty of room.
The right front. Let's listen into what the crew does. 3rd pit stop of the day.
$4,200. $4,200. Time, guys. Nice and easy. Move it up. Right around this 40 car here, Dale Jr. Right here, come on in here. Right there, foot on the brake.
Well, they called for a 4-tire change here, but I think this may be a smoke screen. Maybe 2 tires only? Nope, they will go for 4. So Tony Jr. said, we're not going to take a chance on another long green flag run here. You got to go with 4. Real nice
right,
pit stop for the Bud
Go to the grass. Go, go, go. 4,200 right there.
13.4 on the clock for Dale Earnhardt Jr. The pit stop coming at lap 113. I would say the team feels good about that pit stop. Their second one under green here this afternoon. When the pit stop started to cycle through under green, Dale Jr. was riding in 6th.
5 car lengths back to the 17. Now 3 car lengths, big hole behind him. Outside now, clear high. 10 back to the 12.
We will see where it cycles through after everyone else comes to pit road. Saw Matt Kenseth go around Dale Jr. He was actually behind Dale when the green flag pit stop started to cycle through. But I think if that run is any indication of what this team has, it's going to be a pretty strong effort today, Ray.
What I really liked, Adam, was the way they were able to come on with really solid lap times even at the end of that run. Dale Jr. was making up ground on a lot of different drivers out there after having put, 51 or 2 laps on those tires. So car seems to be good in a long run, and that's certainly what they're planning for at the end of the day today here in Chicago.
Looks like after pit stops are complete, Dale Jr. is going to cycle through in the 7th position. Kurt Busch currently leading the race, but he just came to pit road. He was being scored the leader, I should say. And look at this, top right of your screen, Clint Bowyer coming back down the pit lane. Strong race car a week ago, led a number of laps at Daytona. Was good here today, but I think that's the second time he's come down, and may have been just a pass-through penalty, Ray, perhaps speeding, and that's something we haven't talked about, but already 2 pit stops today under green at a high RPM, high mile-per-hour racetrack. It is a very big challenge to get the car woed down and onto pit road at pit road speed. We'll take a break. Dale Jr. riding 7th.
When it comes to choosing a motor oil, there are hundreds of choices. When it comes to choosing a filter, there's only one. Go to Fram.com to get $5 off your favorite oil and Fram filter, and see for yourself why Fram is America's #1 oil filter. It's not just another oil change, it's a Fram oil change.
Can I take my break now?
More bars in more places. That's what you can expect from the new AT&T, the largest digital voice and data network in America. More bars in more places. So switch to the network you can trust. Singular's name is now AT&T. Your world delivered.
At Applebee's, we're grilling fresh with Chef Tyler Florence.
What goes great with grilled shrimp? How about crispy bacon, fresh avocado, Bibb lettuce, and a fork? That's why I created Applebee's new California shrimp salad.
Grilling fresh with Chef Tyler Florence, only at Applebee's.
Experience the movie phenomenon that's changing everything. From executive producer Steven Spielberg and director Michael Bay. Rated PG-13, now playing.
You don't feel bad about this at all, do you? I'm not the one who's married.
When you've lost your faith,
I've lost my mind, guys.
the road to redemption begins when you least expect it.
Dear God, please help me.
What do you need? Academy Award winner Holly Hunter, like you've never seen her before. The new TNT series that has everyone talking. Saving Grace, Mondays at 10, premiering July 23rd, following the closer. For a sneak peek of the series premiere and more, go to TNT.tv now. This August.
You have them all in your CIA.
Shot across 3 continents. A television event like you've never seen before. From the makers of Gladiator, Spy Game, and The Da Vinci Code.
I'll leave when everyone leaves.
Everybody on that beach is as good as dead. Chris O'Donnell, Michael Keaton, Alfred Molina, The Company. The must-see television event of the summer. Premieres Sunday, August 5th at 8 on TNT. For a sneak peek of The Company, go to TNT.tv.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. closing on the machine of Bill Elliott. A little bit of a scary moment while we were in break. Jeff Gordon closing from behind, and as Dale Jr. went to make his move on Elliott, things got a little bit slippery. Jr. able to get it back under him and gather it up in the 7th position as Gordon drives by. We also had a change for the lead while we were away. Jimmy Johnson back to the point. He went around Kevin Harvick. Tony Stewart since has been able to pass Harvick as well, and those are the top 3 cars in the running order, with Dale Jr. riding in the 7th position with 122 laps now complete. Closing in on 150 to go, and it won't be much longer before these teams start to manage how the latter part of this race will play out. And I think that will start to happen somewhere under 100 laps remaining in this one.
Adam, the really good thing is they're getting over 50 laps in a run here, and that's what you're hoping for here, to get yourself in position, especially if this thing stays green long like it does right now. Get yourself to the end of the race. Make sure you got all the fenders on that thing. Get her inside of 50 laps, and you can make that final adjustment on it and make a run to the checkers.
Seems to be about 8-10 laps into a run is when Junior...
The loose zone to start. It's hard to go anywhere.
I was just going to say that. Early in a run, the first 8, 10, 12 laps, Junior starts to back up to the field a little bit. You heard him just talking about it being loose early in a run. Can't go anywhere. But boy, after about 12 laps, he starts moving that thing up the racetrack. That's when that Bud Chevy really starts digging in and gaining positions. We've seen that on the first 2 long runs here today.
And you know that the racetrack is going to tighten up.
Sliding all over the place on the tires when they're new.
But I think Tony Jr. is willing to sacrifice that little bit of early looseness for being good at the end of the run.
Well, and you know, you have to look at the history. I mean, if we've been coming here a number of years, Ray, and this place didn't have a history of long green flag runs, you probably wouldn't be as concerned about making this thing good at lap 40 through 50. But the bottom line is we've already seen it today. The last couple of years have said this place will go a long green flag run or 2 or 3. That being the case, I'm like you. You sacrifice the early part of the run to make sure Dale Jr. is good late in the run. And so far today, that's proven the case. Early, he was able to come from 7th or 8th and make his way up to 2nd on that first green flag pit stop. And he came from 12th to 6th on that 2nd green flag pit stop. And both times, his lap times got better and better as the long run continued to unfold.
The really good news for everybody in Nextel Cup Garage is that next weekend, the 21st, is a weekend off. So when we come back from break, we're going to introduce you to some of the guys on the crew and find out what they're going to do with their free weekend off.
Always ask for Pennzoil.
To those who say NASCAR isn't a sport, they may be right. It's a way of life. Busch Beer, proud sponsor of the NASCAR Busch Series.
Introducing an automotive breakthrough, Z-Net, only at AutoZone. Now AutoZoners have the power to find you the right part faster with diagrams, photos, and instructions, so you'll get the job done right the first time, every time. Z-Net, only at AutoZone.
Got rumbling hunger? Shut it up with the new barbecue bacon tender crisp, the most powerful sandwich in its class from Burger King.
Hey, boss, do we have Aflac?
Nah, we have something else.
But if you're hurt and miss work, does it pay cash like Aflac does?
Nah.
Or let you spend it any way you want, like for gas and groceries?
Nah.
Or help with everyday bills like Aflac does?
Nah.
There's only one Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Nice try, boss.
Nah.
Prepare for a NASCAR experience like never before. Every lap, every driver, all on your computer. Now you're in control. Who will you listen to?
All clear. Nice job, buddy.
Who will you follow? What view will you choose? The all-new Track Pass Race View. Available now only at the new NASCAR.com. Log on to subscribe. Track Pass Race View. Your driver, your view.
132 of 267 on the board at Chicago, closing in on the halfway point. Dale Earnhardt Jr. finds himself in the 8th position. And a few of the fun pieces of our NASCAR Hot Pass puzzle are missing. You can tell by looking at your screen.
Clear.
The boys in the truck ironing those out, and we will have it back 100% shortly. We thank you for being patient with us here today. And, you know, speaking of being patient, Dale Earnhardt Jr. being patient with his race car, but he had a lot to say while we were away in break, and Ray, not much of it was positive about the car at this stage of the race.
Well, and what he's really talking about, Adam, is how he doesn't like the car early on in the run. He said it's got a real bad push in the center, and sometimes it even feels like he's got a flat tire. So he's not happy with the way the thing handles. But a lot, again, this is what Tony Jr. has to work out on these setups to try to make the race car go fast at the end of the run. You know, when you burn off the fuel, it changes the way the chassis responds. It depends on what they did with air pressure. They went down a little bit air pressure again on the right front on that last pit stop on lap 113. So they've continued to make adjustments on it. He wasn't real happy with it early on. But again, Tony trying to make sure this car is excellent for him at the very end of the long run, which we expect to continue throughout the day here at Chicago.
See him battling on track with Carl Edwards. Edwards in the 9th position. And Ray, I go back to something I said earlier in the race today, and one of the big advantages in this situation, not running great, not having a car that's handling as you would like, is having track position, because you have some margin for error. You can get through a run and not be at a total disadvantage when that run is over. And it's been great today because this team's had a lot of track position, and that's allowed them to dodge some bullets early.
Well, they had a great qualifying effort starting in 5th today, so that was a big part of it. Good pit stops, solid pit stops so far today for the Budweiser crew. So these guys getting Junior in and out of the pits in good time, running in 8th position on the racetrack right now. And I got to believe that just about anybody that's competing in the top 10 right now here at Chicagoland and has been there as much as we have today knows that they're going to have a shot at the end of this race to be in position to go for the victory. Now, again, the biggest question to me will be how many people are willing to gamble on that final set of pit stops to go with 2 tires only to try to get that valuable track position. Earlier today, Tony Jr. told me it wouldn't be him, that he believes in 4 tires for a good balance, but somebody is going to try to do something crazy to go for the win.
Inside.
Dale Jr. back to the high groove. He and Carl Edwards both going around the lap machine of Jeremy Mayfield. You hear the clear call from Steve Meal high atop the spotter stand. Martin Truex Jr. waiting in the wings behind Carl Edwards as they try to work on Dale Jr. for the 8th position on the racetrack. And some great angles from the onboard camera down low. Looks like the bumper cam here with Carl Edwards dancing to the inside of Dale Jr. Top
Still
left of your screen,
Still down there.
Tony Eury Jr. watching his driver circulate this 1.5 mile oval. Top right of your screen, Kevin Harvick, who's led a number of laps. He may have gotten a piece of the wall a while ago. Jimmy Johnson, Tony Stewart went around him, and now Kyle Busch lurking behind for the 3rd position.
Hey, Adam, let me go back to that. Before we went to commercial break, started to tell you I talked to some of the crew members about their weekend off. Well, Tony Jr. and his father, Pops, Tony Jr. Sr., and a bunch of family members are going to head down to the beach for the weekend, next weekend when we have a few days off, and take a little bit of R&R as we get set for what is really a very grueling run towards the end of the season. In NASCAR Nextel Cup Racing, they go, I believe it's 18 weeks straight. Is that the right number?
Clear.
I believe you're exactly 17. Be 17 after today.
17 weeks straight after the weekend off. So everybody's going to get a little R&R, maybe go to the lake a bit. Tony Jr. and Tony Sr. and some other friends of theirs are going to head to the beach. and lay around a little bit. Then it's off to the Brickyard for the running
Clear.
of the Brickyard 400. And of course, Tony Jr. and Kevin Bono Mannion, crew chief on Martin Truex's team, will try to defend their championship from 1 year ago in the Chevrolet Golf Tournament held right there at the Brickyard Crossings, the golf course that's inside of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
And of course, that's when NASCAR Hotpass will be back at the Brickyard. The All-State 400 at the Brickyard. Should be exciting 2 weeks from now. Look forward to being a part of the festivities there, but I'm like you, Ray. Everyone needs to take full advantage of this final weekend off for Nextel Cup teams because it is a long 17 race jaunt from there.
Clear by 6 to the 99.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. able to get around the Ryan Newman machine. Newman has since dropped back to 10th in the running order. Jr. back up to 7th. And you put in perspective what it's like to go 17 straight weeks to the end of the year. Well, that's an NFL regular season, and NFL teams would get a week off in there, but the 17 weeks is what makes up an NFL regular season. That's just the second half of the Nextel Cup season. You're watching NASCAR Hot Pass exclusively on DirecTV.
We just got a new car. Good time to look at new car insurance, and we went with Progressive, saving like $400 a year. But what really impressed me was they actually gave me the rates the other big companies. Was not expecting that. I mean, that kind of honesty is... Oh, did you have anything to do with this?
No.
Right.
Get our rates plus competitors at Progressive.com. Honest. Progressive. Saving hundreds is just the beginning.
I've judged just about everything you can grow. I've also become a pretty good judge of what I should eat. See, my doctor told me my cholesterol was higher than we'd like. I watched my diet, but that's not enough. He told me about statins, which are a good option. For me, he chose Zetia. Zetia helps lower my cholesterol differently. Statins work mainly with the liver, not Zetia. It works on the digestive tract, like some other medicines. But Zetia is unique in the way it helps block the absorption of cholesterol that comes from food. Zetia, along with a healthy diet, help lower bad cholesterol by an average of 30 points. That's 18%. It complements my diet and exercise program.
Zetia may not be right for people who have ever had liver problems, are nursing or pregnant, or may become pregnant. Your doctor will decide if Zetia is right for you. Unexplained muscle pain or weakness could be a sign of a rare but serious side effect and should be reported to a doctor right away. Common side effects included tiredness and stomach pain.
Should you take Zetia? Ask your doctor if Zetia is right for you. Zetia, it's a different way to help fight cholesterol.
Convenience and innovation are everywhere on the new F-Series Super Duty. In some places, they're obvious, like the all-new redesigned interior. In other places, they're not so obvious, like this, tailgate step, only on the new Super Duty. Introducing the bold new F-Series Super Duty. It's built better to work harder for you.
Race fans enjoying a gorgeous day at the Chicagoland Speedway. Our aerial coverage provided by, again, Properties and Resorts. There you see it high in the sky above Joliet, Illinois, and the Chicagoland Speedway. Race 19 in 2007. It's the 7th time the Cup cars have raced at this mile-and-a-half facility. One caution flag here today at Chicago. Top right of your screen. It happened when Jeff Green went around earlier. And speaking of going around while we were away, Dale Earnhardt Jr. went around Jeff Gordon. We can look at the replay of that. Here it comes on the rewind, top left of your screen. Future teammate going behind the Budweiser Chevy. Dale Jr. using the high lane to go around Jeff Gordon. Nice move there, puts Jr. back up to 6th. next car he'll see on the racetrack would be that of Kevin Harvick, who restarted this run out front but has been backing up just a bit throughout the course of this long green flag run. You know, Ray, when we talk about Dale Earnhardt Jr. and the handling of this car, it's not been as good as we have mentioned so many times earlier today at the beginning of a long stint, but Jr. getting good here as this run continues. And while we were away at break, Tony Jr. was talking about some things he could do to maybe help him to be even better at the beginning of a run.
Yeah, and he said he would like to tighten him up a little bit in the first of that run. Junior said the car is really good right now and it's plenty tight, but he's not able to go to the bottom of the racetrack in the early part of a run like he would like to because the car is just way too loose. So they're going to definitely make air pressure adjustments. I saw Ray Ocean once again working on that right front tire. We'll come over here and see if we can get in with Tony Jr. real quick. How do you balance that first part of the run and the late run? Because we know the car is so much faster in the later part.
Well, we just got to do some tunage on the left side air pressure. I think we'll just bring it up just a little bit to tighten it up. And, you know, you're going to pay the price at the end of the run. So right now we're too good at they get going too fast. So we got to really tighten the car up and really get after it in the first part. And the one good thing about it is that if it all cycles down and you need to go with 2 tires at the end of the race, you'll be sitting pretty good for that.
Is the car as good as you expected it to be today?
Yeah, I mean, he drives his spring wheel up top, so I figured the car would be a good top 5 car. You know, it's just, we got to get it a little bit better, and I think you'll have an awesome shot.
All right, go get him. That's Tony Jr., and what they're going to try to do is tighten him up just a little bit in the early part of the run.
Right at 40 laps complete, Ray, on this green flag cycle. And that means about 15 laps away from our next green flag stop. And the caution is out.
Yellow's out here, Adam, so here we go.
Jamie McMurray having issues on the racetrack.
In the wall, 1 and 2.
Here, Dale Jr.
Yep.
Confirming that.
He was a little free getting in. Oh, he was a little free getting into turn 3 especially. Real tight in the center, this new tire run. The last run, I lost grip on the rear. This run here, I lost even more grip on the rear, but the front ain't working no better. All right, 10-4. All the spring rates are getting looser as the day goes. I think that's a lot of your ends. The front ends probably just ain't working in the center for us. Right here, we made a ½ pound adjustment out of the right front for this run. I think all it done was just piss the car off, so we're going to put that back, and we were thinking about going up by 1 pound down the left side, just give you a little bit of grip here on new tires, if that's all right. Yes.
Issues for Jamie McMurray, last week's winner.
It's going to be open. We're going to do 4 tires here, guys.
You see that top right of your screen? You heard the adjustments the team will make when they come to pit road. The replay of the caution, you can see it on the top right from the TNT Network broadcast. Here comes Dale Jr., 4th pit stop of the day. It comes under caution at lap 155.
Adam, this was about 11 laps earlier than they could have gone, so this will change the cycle a little bit towards the end of the race.
I'll peel off about 3 pits before you.
We'll listen into team communication here as the guys go to work. DJ Kopp changes the front tires. Sean Ward hangs them for him, and it's Brian Hootie Chase.
There, Tony. Have a way right here.
Hootie Chase, the jack man.
Right there.
They pull a tear off the window for him. Guys on the rear, of course, are Greg Burkhart and Eric Big Timber Wakeland. These guys go to work. Gas going in by Jeff Clark. And off to the racetrack.
Go, go, go. All the way to grass. All the way to grass. Get all you get.
Looks like it'll follow Kevin Harvick. A tire got away down the pit road just a ways. Looks like that might have been from Truex's crew.
Good stop, guys.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. came in 6th. He will leave pit road.
I didn't know that 07 was a lap downer. I'd have pulled up tight on the 29 there. Coming on pit road, my bad.
In the 6th position. Dale Jr. probably not realizing that the 07 was a lap down. He was penalized on pit road earlier, and what you confirmed is true. A tire got away from the 1 car. You see the Truex crew member carrying it back. Tough break for Martin.
Up top going into 3, June. And a blower right there.
Who was running solidly in the top 10. And we saw the caution come out because of Jamie McMurray, who had a tire go down, hit the wall. You can follow his team's progress over on channel 798. Meanwhile, we're going to break on NASCAR Hot Pass.
Work. All the teams count on UPS for deliveries. They're the only ones allowed in the garage, so we should be able to sneak into qualifying. Dale?
Unbelievable! Dale Jarrett is trying to qualify the UPS truck. This is amazing.
25 people really want this job. What are you willing to do to get it?
New Diet Pepsi Max with ginseng and more caffeine.
Having a half-ton with the most legroom and a fancy rear seat is great, but truckers want to know if it's still got some truck left in it. We'll put it this way. If it'll draw bar pull 6,400 pounds of dead weight, towing 10,100 pounds is a walk in the park. Hello, Dolly. Available on the all-new Tundra Crew Max, the truck that's changing it all.
Obsessing over celebrity, that's wrong. Unless that celebrity is bacon. Introducing the Baconator from Wendy's. 6 strips of bacon piled high atop 2 fresh, never frozen beef patties. Bacon! Obsess a little. Wendy's. That's right!
Nice race, Casey. See you later.
Sir, please step out of the vehicle. Please place both hands on the vehicle. No, sir, the rear of the vehicle. Okay, sir, get that headlight fixed.
Everyone admires a great driver. At Allstate, great drivers can even get a bonus, a safe driving bonus. Only from Allstate. Are you in good hands?
NASCAR Hot Pass back at the Chicagoland Speedway. Dale Earnhardt Jr. on screen. Started 5th today, riding 6th. 110 laps to go. Let's see if we can talk to the driver of the Budweiser Chevy. Dale Jr., Adam Alexander with NASCAR Hot Pass. You got us?
Yes, sir.
Pretty solid day, man. Riding 6th. Your thoughts on the race car with 110 to go?
Yeah, we aren't real good at all on good new tires, so that worries me a little bit, but the longer we get going, the better we get. The car builds the pressures up and we can run pretty good, but a little hectic on new tires. But it's been a good day so far.
Great stops from the crew today. You guys have picked up some spots. You got to feel good about that.
The guys been on it all year long, and yeah, I'm real proud of them. They always, I kind of got used to having real good stops. Probably shouldn't, but yeah, they don't mess up that much anymore. But really good team back over on the wall.
Looks like we're getting ready to go green. Good luck, boy. We'll see you later on.
All right, thank you.
Dale Jr. restarting in the 6th position, and a reminder that we'll talk to Dale Jr. after the race today, and we'll do it as a part of our checkered flag coverage. It's the Old Spice post-race show. You can see it on channels 795 through 799. It's only on NASCAR Hot Pass. The Old Spice post-race show coming up following our green flag coverage here today at the Chicagoland Speedway. You saw Martin Truex Jr., top right of your screen, come back down pit road. And let's look at what happened with Dale Earnhardt Jr. when he was exiting the pit lane. Pit stop at lap 155. It was solid, just over 13 seconds. He pulls away. Harvick goes by, and Jr. has to hold up just a little bit. Why? Right here, coming to your screen, the tire that got away from Truex. Out of his right eye, he's seeing the tire. Out of his left eye, he's seeing the crew member chasing it. Dale Jr. stops just a brief moment on pit road. didn't stop, slowed up. He will restart in the 6th position. Let's listen to Steve Meal as we get set to go back green at lap 159 here at Chicago.
Pace cars off, pass on the right if you get to them. Green flag, green flag. Still inside, June. Clear low.
So fairly quiet on the team radio here at the restart as we close in on 100 laps to go. Dale Jr.
Well, Adam, what I like to do is watch about lap 6 or 7 on the times and see if Dale Jr.'s car starts to go. He's right up on the bumper of the 43 now, able to pin that thing down to the bottom. It takes him 5 or 6 laps before that air pressure is even right for him. Very, very loose in the center of the corner for him, but here it comes. It's about time for him to go now. Once those tires get heated up just the way he likes them, he's good to go.
6-car wrecked off and 7-car wrecked off at 2.
That would be Robbie Gordon, top right of your screen. Damage the tail end. Our 3rd caution of the day comes out at lap 163.
Tight.
Top right of your screen, you see it turn 2. A wiggle.
Pretty tight through the center. All right, keep full. There's the left side all the way around the track.
A loose race car for Robbie Gordon sends him into the wall, and you heard...
Same deal, save a little fuel, staying out.
Adam, if I could, let me give you some numbers here real quick. We pitted the last time there at lap 155. This race is 267 laps in length, so if you take 267 and subtract 155, it gives you 112. Divide that in half, which means trying to go just one more stop, and that means you need to go 56 laps on each of these race runs. So Tony Jr. saying absolutely we're staying out now, wouldn't give up any track position, but telling Dale Jr. save just a little bit of fuel for me if you can, and that'll get us in that window to be able to go 56 laps. Now, will we pit again? Yeah, probably, and that'll throw that all out the window. But if you wanted to, the perfect pit stop would come 56 laps from the last time we came in, which would put you at lap 200 and what's that, about 21. Is that correct? Is that the math right?
I would say somewhere in that neighborhood.
200 and...
No, it'd be like 212.
212, yes, 212. All right, so we're under caution for another time right here. It'll be a short one. We're 165 laps in to today's race at Chicago.
That word's a little impersonal, isn't it?
How about purveyor of innovative tire technology?
I like that.
Come into the Goodyear Freedom to Get There tire event now for innovative tire technology and get up to a $50 cash card by mail-in offer with the purchase of a set of 4 select Goodyear tires. Or double your cash card up to $100 when you make your purchase on your Goodyear credit card. Innovative thinking up here so you can get there. Goodyear, get there.
Experience the movie phenomenon that's changing everything. From executive producer Steven Spielberg and director Michael Bay. Rated PG-13, now playing.
There's a new Pulse that can give you a dentist clean feeling. New Pulsar Pro Health from the experts at Oral-B. Soft micropulse bristles pivot and pulse to clean deep between teeth, giving you a dentist clean feeling. Pulsar Pro Health from Oral-B.
New Subway Scrabble. Instantly win food or collect letters and play online to win trips, cash, and other prizes. Subway. Eat fresh.
For my sport, the only sunscreen is Coppertone Sport.
It protects me from damaging UVA and UVB rays.
And it doesn't run in my eyes, no matter how hard I sweat.
Coppertone Sport. High-performance sunscreens.
I'm in the hurt business.
He's going down.
On Saturday, July 21st, the Executioner, Bernard Hopkins, and Winky Wright are coming to fight.
You can't compete with me. I got the knockout power.
Get ready for a world of trouble.
Boxing at its best, baby.
It's a new school of boxing, and I'm the teacher.
Twinkie Winky, whatever.
He better respect me.
Do you see this? Do you see this? I'm coming to fight. I'm coming for you, Winky. July 21st. It's only on DirecTV.
Don't miss this spectacular night of boxing as these two fierce competitors are coming to fight. Hopkins versus Wright. Be there Saturday, July 21st on DirecTV Pay-Per-View Channel 123.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. riding 6th under caution at Chicago. And our aerial coverage today brought to you by, again, Properties and Resorts. A great look from high above the Chicagoland Speedway. Next weekend, the final weekend off of the Nextel Cup Series. And race fans being treated to a good one here today. Working our 3rd caution of the afternoon, and prior to the break, we were talking about fuel mileage and saving fuel. And
coming to the green, 100 laps to go.
These caution flags will do nothing but help you in that particular category. And, you know, one of the things we've not talked about since Jamie McMurray had his issues, McMurray now being scored in the race 41st off the track. And you know what, Ray? He was only 49 points behind Dale Jr. coming into today. You don't want to wish anything bad on another driver, but that incident certainly will help out Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the point situation.
Yeah, absolutely, Adam. And you know what we do on pit stops down here is you put plenty of fuel in the race car, and lots of times you give the driver something to drink. Well, you also got to feed your pit crew too. So we just had a big goodie bag of food come down here to the Budweiser Chevrolet pit area. Lots of guys getting some potato chips and some nice popsicles down here. We got a real nice little refreshing pick-me-up to get ready to go back to racing here. So everybody getting a little snack and getting fired up. We know we're going to have at least one more pit stop today here at Chicago.
And I have the luxury in the Hotpass headquarters of keeping an eye on you every once in a while, Dunlap. It looked to me like you got a little pick-me-up, big boy.
Yeah, I had a popsicle. I might get me a bag of chips here in a little bit because you got to get fired up here and get ready. Now, these guys have been excellent on pit road throughout the course of the day today, as Junior said on the radio, pretty much all year round. But this final pit stop today could be the big deciding factor. If we get another long green flag run here and we go 50-some laps, the final pit stop of the day may make the difference. Junior didn't get a very good restart there. Slow on the start, and he's 3 wide going into turn 1.
Casey Mears drove to the outside of Dale Jr. He goes from 6th to 7th on the board after the restart. He'll try to battle back as they work around the lap car of David Reagan down the backstretch.
High.
Top right of your screen, you see the replay of the restart. And Casey Mears going to the outside of Dale Jr. and not sure if he could have missed a shift there or the wheels, the tires
Clear
spun,
low,
or
one
what
lane,
the situation was.
Clear all the way.
Dale has rallied back, gotten around Mears, and back up to the 6th position. Less than 100 to go.
Clear by 4.
Tony Stewart continues to lead this race. Kevin Harvick right in front of Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the racetrack in 5th.
Clear by 1.
You know what's disappointing, Adam, about this trip to Chicago this weekend? I didn't get any pizza.
You know, it's not over yet, Ray. It's not
I know,
over
but
yet.
I haven't had any pizza yet this trip so far. That's not good, but. Well, part of the problem there was we've been in Kentucky for the last couple of days, so it was hard to get any Chicago pizza. We were there for the ARCA REMAX Series and NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series races and took a late night flight to get to Chicago today to bring you all the action here on Dale Jr.'s channel, right here on NASCAR Hotpass. Glad to be here. Beautiful day in Chicago, folks. If you weren't here, probably the nicest day we've had for racing, and a packed house here at the Chicagoland Speedway. We're about to try to root Junior up through the pack here a little bit and get him moving. Again, as we said, a lot of times it's 5 or 6 laps before that Budweiser Chevy comes up to song and makes it happy for Dale Jr. to be able to run the high side of the racetrack where he's most comfortable.
Saw a little wiggle there from Junior. Casey Mears on his back bumper. Back tires slid around a bit. Dale Jr. able to gather it up and drive forward. He has talked a lot today about how challenging the early part of a run has been for him. The restart not good this last time, but he's been able to rally back, get around Casey Mears, and now we'll try and run down Kevin Harvick. The cars you see just in front of Junior on the racetrack would not be cars battling for position. Tony Raines not on the lead lap. And there goes Junior drifting to the high side. Both Casey Mears and Kurt Busch down below him. This quite a spirited battle with 91 laps to go between Mears and Junior.
Clear.
Talk about multiple grooves. You see all 3 lanes being used there. Kurt Busch on the low lane in 8th. Casey Mears in the middle in 7th. And Dale Jr. working the wall in the 6th position.
Hey, Adam.
Yes, Ray?
We would like to take an opportunity here to send out a little birthday wish. Today is Grandma Martha Earnhardt's birthday, and hopefully she's watching on Hotpass. As Dale Jr. having a great day so far. He told me just before he climbed into the race car to make sure that we said happy birthday to Grandma Martha. That would be Dale Sr.'s mother, and she's celebrating a birthday today, so it'd be an excellent time for Junior to move that Budweiser Chevy right up to the front and get a win today and dedicate it to Grandma on her birthday.
indeed the case. Dale Jr. here going around Tony Raines. As we said, this would be a lap car. Raines being scored 2 laps down in the 28th position.
Clear.
Next up would be Bobby Labonte. He's 1 lap down in 21st. Starting to see the Bud Chevy flex its muscles as this run continues. Was battling in tight quarters with Casey Mears and Kurt Busch for position. Now starting to put some distance between himself and those race cars.
You know, Adam, I'm sure it's a little frustrating for Dale Jr. Actually, we heard that in his voice the last time when he had a chance to chat extensively with Tony Jr., the crew chief, and he said, man, I am just not happy with the way this thing goes early on. But I think he understands now that they made an air pressure adjustment. They went up air pressure on the left side's a pound, both left front and rear, and then readjusted a half a pound in that right front. So hopefully those adjustments that Tony Jr. made on the last round of pit stops will make a big difference to make this car really good at the end of the run.
Of America's favorite comedy tour.
We were young, we finished making love, we'd get ready for round 2. Now we finished making love, it's like, oh man, Law and Order's on.
Now, Blue Collar Comedy's Billing Ball stars in his very first sitcom.
Think fast!
Awesome, Dad. I would really like to go out on a date.
Me too, but I didn't think you'd let me.
The all-new TBS comedy series, The Billing Ball Show, premieres Tuesday night at 9. To see a sneak peek of the show, go to tbs.com.
Walt Disney Pictures brings the world's most famous canine crime fighter to life.
Underdog.
Yeah, how many other flying dogs in red sweaters do you know?
Underdog, Polly Purebred, Simon Bar Sinister, and Riff Raff.
Hey, run! I'm naked!
That's awkward.
Disney's Underdog.
You know, you never see dogs hurting each other for money.
You never see people sniffing each other's butts.
Touche.
Rated PG. Starts August 3rd.
Get away from her, you... This thing just won't leave. All I want to do is kick back and enjoy the direct TV we just hooked up. I mean, I just got the best TV package in the universe for free. This is gonna feel almost as good as when I got rid of cable.
Get our best TV package free for 4 months.
At Applebee's, we're grilling fresh with Chef Tyler Florence.
You know, there's nothing better than food fresh from the grill. And that's what inspired me to create Applebee's new New York strip steak. I start with a perfectly seasoned New York strip and then serve it with steakhouse-style crunchy onion rings. Then add a rich blue cheese salad. It's irresistible.
I like that.
Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
Grilling fresh with Chef Tyler Florence, only at Applebee's.
NASCAR action, hotter than ever. The 2007 Allstate 400 at the Brickyard. You can get tickets. Prices start at just $35. Log on to IndianapolisMotorspeedway.com or call 800-822-INDY to get yours today. Don't miss the stars of NASCAR as they light up the yard of bricks. Rubber starts to burn Sunday, July 29th at 2 p.m. The 2007 Allstate 400 at the Brickyard. It's the hottest ticket around. Get yours today.
Every lap, every driver, all on your computer. Which driver will you follow? The all-new Track Pass Race View from NASCAR.com. Your driver, your view.
Just over 80 laps to go at the Chicagoland Speedway, and that means just over 80 laps to the Old Spice post-race show on channels 795 through 799. It's only on NASCAR Hotpass. Stay tuned following the checkered flag today here on NASCAR Hotpass. Well, while we were away, we received an email that came in today from Craig in Culpeper, Virginia. And Ray, we were talking a lot today about the adjustments this team is making and what they're doing to help the handling of this Budweiser Chevy. Walk us through the process of the adjustments this team has made on the various pit stops here this afternoon.
Well, Adam, there's all kinds of different things you can do with your race car to try to make it handle better for the driver. Now, the very first thing is air pressure, but I want you to realize that there's an inner liner on the inside of this tire, and then there's the outer tire pressure. So there's two places where Ray Ocean, the tire specialist for this team, will make adjustments. You normally set the inner pressure pretty much the same all the way around, but then he'll add or subtract air right here from the valve. Now, let's pretend that this is the entire race car for a second, okay? This would be the right front tire, this is the left front tire, this is the left rear tire, and this is the right rear tire. Now, if the car was facing forward,
paper on the top grill if you want to use that 07 when you get to it.
we wanted to listen into the radio there real quick. Let's say this is the 4 tires that are on the race car. Here's the right rear. Now, if they make a wedge adjustment on the rear of the car,
if I get to him, well, you'll get to him eventually, but whenever it's your convenience.
It's your convenience. Love that. Listening into the radio. Now, let's say this is the right rear tire. If you make a wedge adjustment right here on the right rear tire, it actually not only affects this tire, but it affects this tire. Now, this is what we call cross wedge. So when you change something on the right rear, it also affects the left front. If you were to make an adjustment over here on the left rear, then it affects the right front. So these 2 adjustments kind of go cross the race car.
Where is it? It was on the right-hand center.
And that's the driver feedback that the crew chief up top needs to listen to know what to do. Now, when they make a track bar adjustment, it's over here on the right rear, and they either bring the track bar up or down, and that changes the way the body sits on the race car and where it's adjusted to the rear end. So when they're raising or lowering the track bar, they can either loosen it or tighten it. So how do you remember? Well, if you go up on the track bar, it loosens. If you go down on the track bar, it tightens. See my little T and my little L? That's an easy way to remember it for you folks at home.
Great explanation,
what I'm going to do. Goddamn.
Dale Jr. talking on the race, about the race car there. Going around Clint Boyer. Speeding penalty earlier today put him a lap down. He's currently riding 18th. Dale Jr. finds himself 9.7 seconds behind leader Tony Stewart. But he continues in 6th.
I'm talking to you. He's ready for it. Talking to him. He's ready for it.
Junior closing of the bumper of Clint Boyer and then circling to the high side.
Yeah, I don't think I can get it off. It's gone. You're good. Go.
Trying to read between the lines here in the audio, and Ray, it sounds maybe as if there's something on the grill and he wanted to get up to the back end of Clint Boyer.
Yes, sir. Go.
And get it off.
Tell it thank.
That's exactly what happened, Adam. He had a rising water temperature on that race car, so by going right up to the bumper.
The temperature was 250, it's back to going to 245 now.
You run up on the bumper, it creates a low air pressure right in the front, and a lot of times that'll let that piece of debris fall off of the front of the race car.
And you heard him talking about getting up to the back end of the 07, allowing that to happen. Steve Meal, meanwhile, the spotter, was on top of the spotter stand communicating with Clint Boyer's spotter to let Clint know what Dale was doing. The communication is amazing. Mission accomplished. The temperature should start to decline, and Dale Jr. hopefully will start to rally. This is about the stage of a run where that Bud Chevy starts to pick up speed and gain some positions on the racetrack. Right now he finds himself just over 3 seconds behind Kevin Harvick, who rides in front of him in the 5th position. And if you're saying, why is he having so much trouble dealing with a lap car and Clint Boyer? Dale's running in 6th, Boyer's in 18th. Shouldn't he get around him easy? Well, Boyer's a lap down because he was penalized. He's got a great race car. Junior in 6th, 196 laps complete.
Bolts with Ford's resident expert, Paul. He knows everything.
Tensile strength, root diameter, proof load, kilonewtons.
You might say he's nuts about bolts. Paul, these mounting bolts hold the leaf springs in place. Technically, what's the difference?
The Ford bolt's bigger and stronger, Mike.
Well, there it is. Bigger, stronger bolts. One more reason why F-150 is the strongest pickup in its class. Take the Ford Challenge. Find out why F-150 is the best choice.
As Kurt Busch races for the Cup, choose the only light beer to win 4 gold awards in the World Beer Cup. Here's to the #2 car in the run for the championship. From the light beer that knows what it takes to win 4 times. Miller Lite, good call.
2 100% pure USDA inspected patties are only the beginning of what make the Big Mac famous. And that's what we're made of.
After an amazing rookie season, letters keep pouring in about Denny Hamlin. Kelly Burnett from Coram, New Hampshire writes, "Hey FedEx, with all the traveling that Denny has to do, does he have a favorite city? Well, Kelly, Denny just loves sightseeing in the Big Apple."
Yeah! She's a little loose in the turn. Yeah.
I'm placing you under arrest for the future murder of Sarah Marks.
No, I didn't do anything.
The future is never easy to see.
You're in a lot of trouble, John.
But on TNT, Minority Report is.
He set me up!
With 3 great chances in one weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night.
Don't run. You don't have to chase me.
See Tom Cruise and Minority Report. Last chance to watch. Tonight at 7:30 on TNT. We know drama.
Agent Jack McAuliffe is the government's best-kept secret.
Perhaps now you will tell us your rank. Go to hell.
But this August, trust no one.
How did you know I was CIA?
From the makers of Gladiator, Spy Game, and The Da Vinci Code, The Company, the summer's most explosive television event. Premieres Sunday, August 5th at 8 on TNT. For a sneak peek of The Company, go to TNT.tv.
Dale Jr. on the racetrack in 6th. Caution, as you can see, is out. Top right of your screen, Dave Blaney. Heavy contact slides to the infield grass.
On the long run, just a little tight. Tight.
4th caution flag of the day. Here's the replay. Looked like it got loose into the outside wall. Heavy contact. One of the car involved, that would be the Ward Burton machine.
About 270. My water temp's back to 220. Temp's going down now.
Here's the problem, Adam. Nobody's going to be able to make it the entire distance here unless we get a lot of caution laps. We needed to go to lap 112 or 212 in order to make it in just one more stop. And we are currently at just 202. So about 10 laps short of being able to make this thing the distance. So interesting here of what kind of strategy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gone. I'm almost 100% sure. Dang, okay. I didn't never see it.
It's, what little you can see from up here, Tony Jr., it's gone.
Top right of your screen, Dave Blaney climbing out of his race car.
All right, we're about 10 laps short on gas. That ain't going to be a big deal. We're going to stop and probably touch off sometime. But 4 tires right here, guys.
There you heard the call from Tony Jr. 4 tires here. Will not be able to go the distance on fuel. The pit crew's been awesome today.
Well, and Adam, you got to put on 4 here just to put yourself in position to maybe do a gas and go later on, depending on how many laps of caution we get here for this cleanup. So you put your 4 tires on, get your good track position right now. Nice, smooth, steady stop for everybody.
4,200, stand on that 29. He'll fill off 3 laps, 3 stars later at you.
Again, no Jeremy Mayfield anywhere near us, so he should have an easy in.
All right, get away right there.
He should have an easy
5,
out.
Come here left, on in here. Right there.
Final tear off on the windshield. Get Junior a good clean view of the racetrack. Guys go to work. Nice and smooth on the left side. Great stop once again from the Bud
Going
crew.
hard. 1 coming outside, the 5's coming, you're clear to the grass.
Best stop of the day as far as numbers.
Way to do it, boys. That's y'all right there.
He beat out the 29 and the 5. That is getting it done when the money was on the line right there.
Oh, yeah, good job.
Dale Jr. came in 6th, and he picked up, it appeared, at least 2 positions. We'll wait for the official word once things cycle through, but an outstanding pit stop there at lap 203. He came in 6th, and he comes out in 3rd. Nothing like picking up positions when you come to the pit lane.
You don't feel bad about this at all, do you?
I'm not the one who's married.
When you've lost your faith,
I've lost my mind, guys.
the road to redemption begins when you least expect it.
Dear God, please help me.
What do you need?
Academy Award winner Holly Hunter, like you've never seen her before. The new TNT series that has everyone talking. Saving Grace, Mondays at 10, premiering July 23rd, following the closer. For a sneak peek of the series premiere and more, go to TNT.tv now.
Hello, I'm Alex Keith, president of Old Spice Marketing. To promote the new Old Spice Collectors series, we pioneered a unique media opportunity. Tony Stewart's armpits.
I think it's really good. This is the same car that you wanted.
Inside those headphones is something familiar, a battery. And if you think all batteries are the same, consider this. When even the firefighters have to get out, fire departments all over the world now depend on the T-Pass 3 communicator. And packed inside is the only battery T-Pass trusts, Duracell. So whether it's music to your ears or the signal that could save you, it just has to work. Duracell, trusted everywhere.
This painting season, you've got a lot of stuff to paint, but not a lot of time. The Wagner Power Painter with innovative lock-and-go cartridges lets you go from staining to painting in a snap. Wagner, paint fast, paint smart.
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning. So how'd the testing go? Well, low-quality discount gasoline's gonna leave behind engine gunk.
I hate engine gunk.
I know you do. Well, shells stop gunky buildup to help engines perform at their best.
Still won't turn right, huh? Not gonna happen.
Honey, I was gonna wait until you got home, but I can't.
What is it?
We're pregnant! Honey? Oh, you're speechless, right? Wow. Way to step up there, Rick.
Singular's name is now AT&T. Buy any phone and get up to 4 free.
62 laps remain at the Chicagoland Speedway and the USG Sheetrock 400. Dale Earnhardt Jr. fresh off a great pit stop. And you see incredible pictures being provided to us today. It's the Ginn Properties and Resorts lightship high above Chicagoland. And I'll tell you what, Tony Eury Jr. should be smiling, Ray.
Yeah, he absolutely is, Tony. A great race car today, no doubt about that. But how about that round of pit stops?
Yeah, these boys have really been getting it together. I'm really happy for them. Just to be able to show what they're good at doing. So when we run up front, you get to see it. So proud of them all. I mean, it's been pretty awesome. So I'm ready to go.
All right, they were fired up, no doubt about it here, Adam. They came in 6th and went out 3rd. Gave Dale Jr. that track position they need. Great round of pit stops from the Bud crew.
Yeah, picked up 3 spots. Let's take a look back at what happened on the pit lane just moments ago. Dale Jr. coming in behind Kevin Harvick. Does a great job of sucking up to his bumper to gain as much time on the pit lane as he can. DJ Kopp going over the wall in the front end, carrying the front tires is Sean Ward, Greg Burkhardt, Eric Wakeland working the rear, Brian Hootie Chase, Jeff Clark, and Craig Lund, the guys that go over the wall unofficially. 12.2 seconds. Picked up 3 spots, beating both Kyle Busch 60. And also Kevin Harvick off the pit lane. And you look at the pit crew's work today.
How are we on gas?
How about these times?
You're about 8 laps short. 10 laps short, so that ain't gonna be a player. If y'all run here 10 laps, probably everybody will stop and just top off. We'll see.
Here I'm talking about strategy the rest of the way, but unofficially, Ray, 5 pit stops, 14.3 seconds, 5.5 when they took 2 tires on that second stop of the day, then 13.4, 13.3, and 13.2. That is impressive.
And what's really impressive about it, Adam, is they do the best one right at the end, and that's what's great about these guys. They got themselves fired up, went out there and put 4 tires on that thing, got Dale Jr. that track position with a great pit stop there right when it counted. Now, yes, we're going to have to come back down pit road one more time. The big question here is, have we run enough laps under caution? We haven't yet. Will we get to a point here where somebody will come down and top off and try to go the distance like Casey Mears did at Lowe's Motor Speedway back in May? But right now, there's no way you can give up that track position that we have in order to get your fuel at this point.
Well, and we talk so much about big picture, championship on the line. This team wants to be in the chase, and you can't take any chances at this stage of the season. 8 races to go to the chase, 60 laps to go here today. Let's listen in on the restart.
Green flag, green flag.
Great restart for Dale Jr. that time, right on the bumper of Jimmy Johnson.
Needs to clear the lap car of Greg Biffle to go up and race for the lead.
Clear.
This is where you like having Dale Jr. in the race car. He finds a little extra for the latter stages. It would appear to me today, Ray, there's been a huge advantage to being out front from an aerodynamic standpoint. Anyone who's had the lead today on a restart's really jumped out quickly.
It's one of those clean air deals you talk about, Adam. We hear these drivers say all the time how different their car can react. And we've noticed that in the last couple of mile-and-a-half tracks. You take a guy who was just absolutely dominating. Like a couple of weeks ago, Clint Boyer was absolutely phenomenal at the front of the field. Put him back about 15th or 16th, and he can't go anywhere. Adam, it looked like there was a problem for Martin Truex Jr. coming down the stretch.
Inside.
He looked like he was very off the pace. Our teammate going way backwards in this race. Coming down the front stretch, he just lost about 10 spots.
Car in your mirror. Off of fire steering. Sorry about that. All right.
You heard Junior say lost power steering. Went from 3rd back to 8th and now dropped to 9th. Carl Edwards around.
Still inside, Jim.
Tough break at this stage.
It's going to be hard to drive it. It's trying to start over, correct? All right, just run the high groove there, and that'll be easier on you.
See top right of your screen, fellow Hotpass driver and teammate Martin Truex Jr. back to pit road. This would be certainly an unscheduled stop. And he's going to the garage.
Give me a little water tip if you can whenever you get a chance. Make sure to kick all of them off. 230. Yep. Still got pressure everywhere. All right, 10-4. Just put them guns up on that steering wheel and get on with it.
Gotta love the brutal honesty of Tony Eury Jr. as Reed Sorensen.
I'm gonna try, Dale. It's this hard. It won't go where you want it to go. I ain't never drove a car like this. This is funny.
I have to tell you, Adam, I've done most of these Hotpass races throughout the course of the season, and there's nothing much more fun for me than being part of the team and hanging here from the drop of the green clear to the end. It's so enjoyable, but there's really nobody that has any more fun than this Budweiser crew does. These guys are a hoot to be around. They have a lot of fun throughout the course of the day, and it's the friendship that these guys all share that keeps them so close and so willing to have such a good time from race to race.
When you think about what's on the line, in NASCAR Nextel Cup Series racing each and every week, and you think about how laid back and enjoyable to be around these guys are, it's pretty incredible. Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying to hang on to this race car. 52 to go. Racing with Ryan Newman for 10th. Great pit work. Got this team from 6th to 3rd when they came down pit road at lap 203. And it looked like Dale Jr. was in line for certainly a top 5 and perhaps contending for the win. And then about 2 laps into this run, the power steering went away. And Dale Jr. now finds himself trying to hang on for his life here. 17 cars on the lead lap. Battling fellow Hotpass driver and future teammate Jeff Gordon here, that for the 11th position.
You know what's interesting also, Adam, is when we were at Daytona recently, they had a lot of the old-time drivers, some of the legends that had won at Daytona over the years to be there. And talking with a lot of those old-time drivers, many of them said that they felt a lot of the younger drivers today wouldn't be able to keep up with the likes of David Pearson and Buddy Baker and some of the older drivers who used to drive race cars each and every week without power steering. And that a lot of these young drivers today, not just talking about Dale Jr., but just about everybody who's 30 and younger that races in Nextel Cup would have no idea what it would be like to compete in the race cars of the 1950s and 1960s when these guys drove a much more primitive chassis and without power steering and without anything that even resembled a cool suit or a cool down unit of any kind.
Dale Jr. rides 12th now on the racetrack. Jeff Burton right there trying to take that position away. And the question I would ask, Ray, is this. You obviously, if you're Dale Jr., you wanted to have power steering through the final part of this race and stay in the top 5. That not being the scenario now and dropping back toward the tail end of the cars on the lead lap. That could play into their hands a little bit from a strategy standpoint late and maybe do what the leaders don't do on this final stop of the afternoon. It could just be a splash and go for everybody with 10 or 12 to go, but if that's not the case, he may be able to make something work for him here given the circumstances of the car. Do you agree?
And Adam, just to show you here, this is Tony Gibson and Tony Uri Jr. and some of the crew members taking a look at parts and pieces that they've got back here in the toolbox. They've got a new belt in case they decide to bring Junior in. They've got the belts ready to put back on the front end of that motor to give him power steering back.
Sorry, my power steering's going. Yeah, 10-4. We ain't never had that happen ourselves. Just do all you can do right there, baby. If we get a caution or something, we'll check it out for you. But right now, you just keep doing what you're doing. Clear right there, coming to 45 laps to go. 45.
I loved how Tony Uri Jr. told him to get those guns up on the wheel and do what he can. Top right of your screen, you saw.
It's okay. I mean, getting in the corner is hardest.
You saw the replay of Tony Uri Jr. racing Joe Nemechek, a lap down car, and how tight that battle was.
Best seat. I ain't never drove one like this. Pretty cool.
You know, you were talking about the legends of racing, and there are certain things drivers racing in the modern era can't appreciate.
Yeah,
we have trouble on the racetrack. Jimmy Johnson into the wall.
The wall 3, Dale Jr. Caution's
was running second.
48 cars in the fence.
Brings out our 5th caution of the day.
How easy can you get a belt on? We can do that. We're going to get here. We're going to up this road open. We'll come down here and just tell me about your chassis. Is that good enough where you can get going? Huh? Is the car still a little tight? That's good for you, so you'll be able to put 4 tires on here and fix the power steering. You'll be good? Yeah, I don't know what the car's doing with the power steering gone. It's hard to tell, but yeah.
All right, but the first couple laps she was pretty good there before it went out, right?
Just a hair snug in the center, trying to catch that 48.
All right, 10-4. Let's do this first, guys. Let's just pop that hood. Let's try to get the belt fixed first for him. Tell Jerry what we'll probably have to do is we'll open the hood, check it out. If the belt's off, what I'm gonna get you to do is just shut the motor off and then just spin it over with the starter, and we'll put the belt on that way. That way we ain't got to loosen up nothing. Guys got an 1.25 inch wrench so you can check the fluid, just to make sure, you know, ain't nothing crazy like that. Get you a look all your lines, make sure it ain't pissed all the fluid out, because it might have been leaking the whole time and now it ain't got fluid, and that's the whole deal. So take a real good look at everything.
I think it just kicked it off somehow.
All right.
Junior, you want to come anyway?
I wouldn't go to the tail end along the line. I would just let pit road get open and then come.
Problem. I wasn't making a decision. I just wanted you to know what was going on.
Yeah, thank you.
If you want to hold them guys back?
Yeah, the tire changer stay back. Go ahead and gas it. Go ahead and gas it. And then we got, what, 4 guys right here going over the wall? And you? So we got 4, 5, 6, 7. Everybody stay back but Hootie, these 4 guys, and the 2 gas guys.
I'll see you. I'd get 1 tire changer and 1 carrier change to one side. That don't matter. Hopefully you can fix it. I want to get back to going, but I think I can hang in there. After tires get old, it's not so bad. It's hard as hell on new tires trying to run down on the bottom.
All right, 10-4. Just assess your situation first, guys. Just be thinking. Don't be in a hurry. Just think.
When all this shakes out, there will be 17 cars on the lead lap, so likely Dale Earnhardt Jr., after Greg Biffle, who's the first car lap down, receives the pre-pass, would probably restart 17th. You've got to believe he'll be the last car.
I didn't know what happened. It felt like it locked up, so I slowed down because I thought I either had a flat or the fucking steer box was locked up. Damn, it's hard to turn. I thought it'd be easier to turn. Hell, I've shut the motor off and had power steer, no power steer before. It's hard right here.
Yeah, if I had an eccentric on there, I'd jerk some negative in it. You wouldn't have to turn her in.
See top right of your screen, pit road still not open, is indicated by that red flag. And you can see the belt, bottom right of your screen. And I believe it's hard to tell from the vantage point here, but I think that's Tony Uri Jr. who's holding them. Ray is not Tony Uri Jr., excuse me, Tony Gibson. Will he be going over the wall here? He was standing there a moment ago.
They've got 4 guys lined up to do that, and then the big question was they were trying to decide, should you do a couple of tires at the same time? But right now it doesn't look like it. Hootie is ready to go.
If you want me to, man, I mean, how many is on the lead lap? What spot are we in?
We're in 11th, and there's going to be 16 on the lead lap. We'll do what we can to fix you up here. You know, if it's unfixable, we ain't gonna lose no lap to fix it. If it's just a belt or something simple, we can fix it right quick and put your 4 tires on and let you go run. So we'll just see what we got here.
Okay.
Said he had a hard time gauging where you were coming off the corner a while ago, Junior. He was sorry if he got in your way.
Yeah, I couldn't steer off of him. My damn steer is just going where the hell it wants, pretty much. I feel like I'm trying to swing a 10-pound hammer in here every time I go in the corner. I've never had the power steer go off, so that's deep. Now I know what the deal is.
I just wonder if one of them guys in the circus didn't knock the damn fitting loose or something.
That's funny.
Talked earlier about the laid-back attitude of this team and maintaining it through adversity. If you're wondering why pit road is not open, you can see top right.
Take the gloves off. Shit's about to get serious in here.
You saw the pictures top right of your screen where Jimmy Johnson's car came
These
to
boys
arrest.
said they won't see them forearms when you get out.
I was gonna say if I was Ryan Newman, I need to figure that shit. I've done okay, wasn't I?
Yeah, you wasn't doing too bad. It's just that high group kind of kills you with the new tires. Usually they got to get to a 3230 before you jump up there and really get going. So they were still running like 3190s, 32 flat. So that was what was hurting you the most.
Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier in the race, is why come we don't just let you tell me when the high group's going to be good. Because I know you can tell the lap times, you know. So don't ever hesitate if you think, hey man, hit that top group now, because I might stay on the bottom trying to keep y'all happy too long, you know.
All right.
Pit road is open. .4200, June, 4200. That 24 will keep on going.
Answer to your question, Adam,
Stand
yes,
right there,
Tony
20
Gibson
behind
is
the 20.
ready. Lead mechanic here, and they're going to take a look. They have power steering fluid ready. They got to get the hood up real quick and see if that belt is in fact off. We look down in there, and yes, the belt did come loose. You got to shut the engine off. Now they'll pull the belt tight, and then they'll tell them to turn, get it out of gear and turn the starter over.
Come on, come on. You'll have to help it there, guys. Come on, bump it. Hold on. Just take it off. Get the belt off. Let it go. Put the hood down. Put that down. Bump blocked up, Tippy.
All right, get over the wall, guys. We got plenty of time here. Get over the wall, guys. Let's do our job. Change tires. Come on, Hootie. Two right.
It's just now in the middle of the backstretch, Tony Jr.
10-4. Y'all can do all four. You'll be fine. All four, guys. Plenty of time.
40
Outstanding
laps to
effort
go.
from the Budweiser crew.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. on pit road. You can continue to watch as we go away for a break.
Obsessing over celebrity, that's wrong. Unless that celebrity is bacon. Introducing the Baconator from Wendy's. 6 strips of bacon piled high atop 2 fresh, never frozen beef patties. Bacon! Obsess a little. Wendy's. That's right!
The new F-Series Super Duty features an all-new 6.4-liter Power Stroke diesel with dual turbos. One to get things moving off the line, and another to keep things moving at higher speeds. Together, they let you tow more than any other pickup, up to 24,500 pounds. Introducing the bold new F-Series Super Duty. It's built better to work harder for you.
Hey, boss. Do we have Aflac?
Nah, we have something else.
But if you're hurt and miss work, does it pay cash like Aflac does?
Nah.
Or let you spend it any way you want, like for gas and groceries?
Nah.
Or help with everyday bills like Aflac does?
Nah.
There's only one Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Nice try, boss.
Nah.
His blue
This is for the kids, for the pets. It's for story time, for the great outdoors, and the chance of a lifetime. This is for all the little reasons that are bigger than NASCAR. It's why we created the NASCAR Foundation, and you can help support the causes that mean the most to all of us by becoming a friend of the foundation.
Get involved. Show your compassion as part of the NASCAR family. Visit NASCAR.com to learn how.
Become a friend of the foundation for all the right reasons.
Bring your baseball team home all season long with MLB Extra Innings on DirecTV. Whether you're a Chicago fan living in the East or a New York fan living out West, catch your favorite team no matter where you live with up to 60 out-of-market games a week. Non-stop baseball action you don't want to miss. And new on-screen scores and stats. Make every game a home game with MLB Extra Innings on DirecTV. Catch a free preview from July 12th through the 18th.
You're watching NASCAR Hotpass exclusively on DirecTV and brought to you by Dodge. Grab life by the horns.
Now it's 37 laps to go at Chicago. Dale Jr. started 5th, currently riding in the 15th position. That's where he will restart, battling through some adversity here, Ray.
What's lined up behind you, June, is the 5, The 16 get back in the lead lap, Tony Jr.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think he was the lucky dog right there.
Okay. The 5's got damage, June. I don't know how bad he is, but it's just him and the 16 behind you in the lead lap. There'll be 37 to go when they throw the green.
You heard
well,
Steve. Go ahead,
Adam,
Ray.
to give you a quick update here. Here's the situation. It's kind of a chicken and egg thing. You always wonder, well, was it the belt came off or the pump broke? Well, more than likely the pump had a problem. What happens a lot of times is a gear will break on the inside of the power steering pump, and soon as it does, it locks that pump up, and the outer where the belt hooks on will freeze, and that shears the belt off. So when they tried to put the new belt on, the water pump was working fine, but the power steering pump didn't turn over at all. So they decided, forget it, let's go back to racing, and that's what you've got for the last final remaining laps here in the Chicago 400.
We'll watch Dale Jr. restarting 15th with 37th to go. A long way to get there, but Dale Jr. not going away.
Clear high, clear high. Got a slow car in the middle lane up here. You need to see that 36 there. Clear one lane low. Still inside, Junior.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. continues in the 15th position. That's Juan Pablo Montoya in front of him. That is a battle for position. Top right of your screen, you see TNT's coverage talking to Jimmy Johnson. He's fine after that crash. He and Dale Jr. will hook up at Hendrick Motorsports next year.
Outside.
Good battle for the lead on the restart between Stewart and Kenseth.
If you like. Inside, inside.
Top right of your screen, you can watch what's happening out front. Biffle was able to drive around Dale Jr. for the 15th position. Kyle Busch trying to do the same.
Clear low, one car length back to the 5.
You know, Adam, it's kind of interesting how these guys have kept a pretty lighthearted approach to this. Not much you can do about it. Anytime you have a mechanical failure of any kind, you can't just wish it away. But Dale Jr., very in good spirits out there, joking and laughing with the crew, even though they had a car that looked like it was destined for a top 5 and a possibility at running for the win.
Clear.
And that's all evaporated, and still seems like the spirits are okay down here.
If this thing stays green, unless something crazy happens, the worst Dale Jr. going to finish is 17th.
31 laps to go, coming to.
And the reason we say that this early is because Steve Meal just told Dale Jr. the last car on the lead lap, and unlikely, unless we get a caution and something crazy were to happen, that Dale Jr. would finish any worse than this. But you look at it from the points perspective, 17th not great when you know they had a top 5, top 10 car. But when you look at the guys in points around him, Jamie McMurray, who was 49 points back entering today, 41st in the running order right now. Martin Truex Jr. was a couple of positions in front of Jr. entering today in 10th. He's 37th. He lost an engine. And then there's Clint Boyer, who's just in front of him. He struggled today and won't finish too far in front of Jr. He's currently in the 8th spot. So it's not been a great day for Jr. when you consider these problems he's had here late. It won't show as a good finish. Coming in today, a 49-point advantage over McMurray. Newman having a decent day. You see him top right of your screen. He's going to lose a position here to Jeff Gordon. So he'll pick up some ground on Jr. But for the most part, they're able to take some adversity and get through it here at Chicago, and that's what you have to do if you're going to try to run down a championship.
While we were in commercial, Dale Jr. came on the radio and he said, "What happened to Martin?" He was referring to Martin Truex, his teammate. Steve Mills said, "Well, he blew an engine." Dale Jr. said, "Why didn't you tell me that?" He said, "Well, we figured that you literally and figuratively had your hands full out there with no power steering." So they forgot to give him that information, but he's aware of it now. And Jr. just trying to hang on these remaining laps here today at Chicago and stay on the lead lap and get the best finish possible.
And you talk about staying on the lead lap. Tony Stewart, the leader, going through the tri-oval now. Into turn 1 for Stewart, off of turn 4 for Junior. So in the neighborhood of a straightaway lead for Stewart. 20 laps to go, 20 plus laps to go. And I would say Dale Jr. will safely finish on the tail end of the lead lap here today. And Stewart may have his hands full with Kenseth, who's not going away.
Talking the garage area today, Adam, as we rolled around and asking everybody who had the best car today, and it was Martin Truex and Matt Kenseth. Those were the two names that kept coming up when everybody we talked to in the garage had said who had the best shot at winning today. It was the 1 and the 17. 1 is blown up. 17 has been right there throughout the course of the day.
36, 70, and 13 racing Tony Jr.
See the guys in the pit wall grabbing a water. For the most part, their afternoon is complete.
70 is the lap ahead of the 36. The 36 and the 6. That's it.
Okay.
You would hope Dale Jr. would not have to come back down pit road, certainly. 26 to go now at Chicago.
Clear all around, June. Coming to 25 to go.
Dale Jr. getting a workout in the latter stages. You look at his lap times over the last 4 laps. 32.1, 32.2, and then a couple of 32.35. So fairly consistent despite no power steering in the latter stages. Tony Stewart leading this race. You see that top right of your screen. Matt Kenseth, Kevin Harvick, Kurt Busch, Carl Edwards, the top 5. Dale Jr. hanging on to the Bud Chevy in 17.
For the finish.
At Coors, we have a responsibility to help prevent underage drinking. As a parent, I understand that responsibility. 75% of teens say parents are their #1 influence as they decide to drink or not. That's why Coors brings you mvparents.com, a website built by Search Institute, experts on youth development. Here you'll find tools to empower your teens to make the right decisions. So visit mvparents.com and know that we at Coors are as committed as you are to preventing underage drinking.
Announcing an exciting breakthrough in automotive technology. Introducing ZNet, only at AutoZone. ZNet gives every AutoZoner the power to find you the right part faster, along with diagrams, photos, and complete instructions. So you'll get the job done right the first time, every time. Come in for a test drive today. ZNet, available only when you get in the zone. AutoZone.
Get away from her, you! This thing just won't leave. All I want to do is kick back and enjoy the DirecTV we just hooked up. I mean, I just got the best TV package in the universe for free! This is gonna feel almost as good as when I got rid of cable.
Get our best TV package free for 4 months.
Tibet, land of 1,000 mysteries. Make that 1,001. Race car driver Casey Kane. Casey, why are you here living with a group of nomadic yak herders?
Well, I was drinking vitamin water Revive to recover physically, and I realized I needed to try to recover spiritually too. Here, we all work together, whether it's making yak butter or tanning hides, and we are not competitive with one another.
Hey! Johnson tanki inam, kiki jopomendu yak.
Vitamin water, try it.
New Subway Scrabble, a 1 in 2 chance to win instantly. Play new Subway Scrabble to instantly win food, or collect letters and play online for a chance to win thousands of prizes, including 10 $100,000 jackpots. Play often, win often. Subway, eat fresh.
Gorgeous afternoon at the Chicagoland Speedway. You're looking at coverage high above from Ginn Properties and Resorts. It's the Light Ship. They've given us great pictures all day long. And we reverse the cameras. There they are flying high above today. Plenty of pictures to take in. Some guys electing to come down pit road. Dale Jr. stays out. He said, while we were in break, Ray, that's all I've got.
Well, and that's about it. You know, just holding on to this thing is going to be quite a job for Dale Jr. We know that the power steering went out 2 laps into that last run just after they got back to green. So a long way to make it to the end of this race. A total distance of 267 laps or 400 miles here. So that's all Junior's got. If he stays right there, he can finish in 17th, holds on to the lead lap, maybe even a little bit better, depending on what else happens up in front of us here. So that'll be a reasonable salvage today. We're having a mechanical failure like a power steering pump going away.
Some of those guys coming down pit road will escalate Dale Jr. in the running order for the restart, but with the power steering, it will be a challenge for him to hang on to those positions here over the course of the last 20 laps. Don't forget, today, following our green flag coverage, the checkered flag flies, and we go right into our Old Spice post-race show. We look forward to having you on board for that here today. And we are 20 laps away from that now. We'll hear from Dale Earnhardt Jr., talk to Tony Uri Jr. about the efforts of this crew today, which have been outstanding. We'll name our king of the crew and look ahead to Indianapolis 2 weeks away after Nextel Cup teams enjoy their final week off next weekend.
Adam, we certainly have documented that Tony Uri Jr. was away on a unscheduled vacation here with his suspension, missing a few weeks of NASCAR Nextel Cup racing. But what Tony told me was he spent most of his time back at the shop working on some race cars that he knew needed a lot of attention. Of course, one for the Daytona Pepsi 400. Also worked a lot on the car that they're going to be using at the Brickyard 400. That's a race that this team has had circled on their calendar for most of the year. So a lot of Tony Uri Jr.'s attention going to working on a couple of race cars back at the shop that he felt needed a little extra love. And the Brickyard 400, one of the biggest races of the year, probably the second biggest behind the Daytona 500.
You know, Ray, today marks the start of the second half of the season, and that means the countdown to the chase is on. You should be a part of NASCAR Hotpass. Tell your friends, 17 races remaining and a reduced price. You get the remaining races of the season for 2 payments of $29.50. That's less than $3.50 a race. Ride shotgun from here to the chase and throughout the chase on NASCAR Hotpass. You can call us at 1-800-GET-SPORTS or go to directtv.com/Hotpass. It's cheaper than a deep dish pizza in Chicago.
I knew you had to throw in the pizza line again, didn't you?
Looking top right of your screen at the replay of last year's ending when Jeff Gordon got into the tail end of Matt Kenseth. Gordon went on to victory lane. He's a hot pass driver here today. He'll restart 14th on this final stint of the afternoon. Denny Hamlin, the top hot pass driver at this stage of the race. He's in 10th. Dale Jr. sandwiched in between in 12th. Go back to the green here with 18 laps to go. Dale Jr. started 5th today. He led a couple of laps in the early stages. Was as high as 3rd late after a great pit stop by this Budweiser crew. The power steering went away, dropped him back to 17th. To say it's been a strange day would be an understatement. So I guess it's only appropriate as we go green flag racing here in the latter stages. We listen to some of Dale Jr.'s favorite music. It's Strange Day. Let's listen in as we go back green at Chicagoland.
18 laps to go, 18. Green flag, green flag. Outside, outside. Another one's coming outside, June. Another one outside. They're high.
Joe Nemechek spins around down the front straightaway.
Caution's out, June.
And it brings out the
I
caution
do to my left
flag.
front right there. Looks pretty good to me. I mean, the letters is gone, but it looks all right. Okay.
Caution flag for the 7th time today as Joe Nemechek goes around. Here's the
You
replay
keeping them
top
up
right.
to date up there, Steve, on the power steering?
Yes, sir.
All right. I guess it don't really matter, but I just don't want to piss them off because I can't control much. I ain't really trying to be in the way, but I'm trying to go. I want to beat as many as I can beat.
Yeah, I talked to him.
That's the objective here.
Out, Junior.
Should not be a long caution. Joe Nemechek didn't hit anything. He just drove through the grass.
But here's what I'm curious about, though, Adam. What does this do to set up the finish of this race as we close in? 252 complete here, going 267, so we're looking at a 15-lap run. If we get one more caution here, we could be finishing this race with the field really, really bunched up, and you know what that usually means.
Yeah, that means
a wild finish like last year's.
Yeah, you're exactly right. We look at the replay here just a couple of minutes ago when Dale Earnhardt Jr. had a little contact. You see him running in the middle of the track. Nemechek gets turned. Kyle Busch trying to avoid it. And his right rear bumps into the left front of Dale Jr. You heard Dale Jr. talking on the radio about what impact that had on his race car. They said the tire looked fine, car looked fine, it just took the letters off the tire. And you certainly would hope that's the case. If you're joining us late today, top right of your screen, you can see some of the activities that have taken place here today. Jamie McMurray, the most recent winner in the series, went out earlier this afternoon. He cut a tire down. That happened at lap 154. Robbie Gordon hit the wall hard, as did Dave Blaney. Jimmy Johnson had an issue, got into the wall. All those guys deep in the field here this afternoon.
Adam, we just had a race fan walk over and he came into the pit box and he said, guys, do you mind if I take that broken power steering belt as a souvenir? They said, absolutely, get it out of here. So this guy grabbed that and took off running like it was Christmas Day. He's got a Dale Jr. souvenir, although it's certainly not one that we would like to have given away, but the power steering belt that came off his race car, some lucky fan just took off with it, and you'd have thought he just won the lottery.
Different strokes for different folks, Ray. You know what I'm saying? One man's trash is another man's treasure.
And I can promise you, if there's anything laying around this pit area when these races are over, there are people down here to grab it and take off with any kind of souvenir that they can get. If it says Budweiser on it or number 8, we got a lot of stuff lying around here, I can tell you that. Got a front end down here just in case you ever had damage. The crews always keep parts and pieces ready to put back onto the race car in case there's some sort of a damage. They could take that front end. If they just need a little section of it, they can cut a piece off with a Sawzall if they need to. The crew has pretty much cleaned up the pit area. As you notice, this area, when we started today's race, was piled full of Goodyear Eagle tires. Of course, there is one set sit here right on the wall, ready to go. Crew members' helmets are all off. These guys expecting not to go back over the wall for any reason.
Coming to the green, that's the 01 in your mirror. He's
That's
aware
Brian
of our predicament.
Hootie Chase, who is the jack man.
Oh.
Brian's spending a lot of his time these days watching the Tour de France. Of course, he is a avid cycling fan, and on any given weekend, you could see Hootie and Eric Wakeland get on their bikes and take off for a 100-mile run or so. Any given time, you just never know where those guys are going. You know, Hootie lives up around Brushy Mountain, and they've got a 35-mile run that those guys do, and it is up and down the side of the mountain over there. I'm sure I couldn't get up one of the hills that these guys do, but they do it now less than 2 hours. At 1 hour and 58 minutes is their new record for doing the 35-mile run over Brushy Mountain. So some really excellent athletes down here in the pit area, and Hootie, one of those that's an excellent bicyclist.
Going back to green, and we'll do so with 12 laps to go, and we'll see if what Ray earlier predicted holds true, and that being cautions breeding cautions in the latter stages. Tony Stewart leads, Matt Kenseth, Kevin Harvick the top three, Dale Earnhardt Jr. goes in 15th.
12. Green flag, green flag. Three wide, June, 3 wide, clear low, 1 lane, just 1 lane, clear low.
Damn it, man, he ran right in the side of me.
Clear all around, June, clear all around. 4 car lengths back to a car on 7 cylinders.
Top right of your screen, you watch the replay. Denny Hamlin, close quarters racing. He and Ryan Newman have contact.
Clear.
Yeah, Junior going to try and go to the inside of Juan Pablo Montoya. Top right of your screen, Carl Edwards trying to go around Kevin Harvick for third.
Two car lengths back to the 38, June. Clear.
And Adam, that 38 car of David Gilliland, we are racing for position, I believe. And he is right on the back of Dale Jr. So Steve Meal, the spotter, giving him information about who's around him and what he can do with the racetrack.
Gilliland, one of the drivers, Ray, that was the beneficiary on these late cautions, and near contact there as Gilliland drives it in.
Side, outside. Inside, inside, clear high,
for David Strimmy. Looks like the engine about to go on his car.
Inside, Junior.
Junior back to 18th. 7 laps to go.
Well, this isn't helping my prediction that Junior's going to soon move up to 7th or 8th in the points, but nevertheless, I believe with the racetracks that are coming up on the schedule here, these guys feel solid about the places that they're about to go in the remaining schedule. Of course, Watkins Glen coming up, another good race at Pocono. We've got the Brickyard on its way, and as we close in on those final 10 races for the chase, this one's going to hurt. This is going to be another one of those that you mark on the season calendar when you look back at having a car that was capable of top 5 and maybe going for the win and going to get a 17th or 18th place finish. although it could have been a lot worse.
You talk about races between now and the chase. You mentioned a few. Michigan, a part of that schedule. Dale has had success there, including back in June when he raced this car to a 5th place finish. Bristol coming up, a place where Junior has been good. And the final race before the chase begins, Richmond. That where Dale Jr. recorded his last victory in the Nextel Cup Series. So there's no doubt some bright spots on the calendar for this race team. The question is, will they be able to capitalize? And at worst today, they're going to leave here in 12th in the standings. Could possibly move up a spot depending on how things shake out. Junior's done a nice job hanging on to it here this afternoon. Currently 19th in the running order.
Inside.
Tony Stewart appears headed for victory. Battle now
That's
for
about
second.
easy as you can hit it.
Two laps to go. Dale Jr. going to finish 19th today, barring something crazy.
You people starting to file out of the grandstands, Adam, but not really very many. Most of the people sitting here watching as Tony Stewart takes the white flag. Good race right behind them between the 17 and the 99. Carl Edwards going to try to make a move on Matt Kenseth.
Inside, June, coming to the white.
Indeed, the best battle on track is for second.
Clear by
Down the
two,
back
clear by
straightaway
two,
for the
white
final
flag.
time. Kenseth appears poised to hang on to that runner-up position as Tony Stewart comes off turn 4 for the first time in 2007. Stewart will go to victory lane. He wins the USG Sheetrock 400. It's his 30th career Cup victory. Second place goes to Matt Kenseth. Carl Edwards finishes third today. Kevin Harvick and Casey Mears complete the top 5 at Chicago. Dale Earnhardt Jr. had a top 5 car, certainly a top 10, but has to settle for 19th. The reason why?
Where did I finish?
Power steering problems.
19. 10-4, sorry about that.
And we now welcome you to our post-race coverage. It's the Old Spice post-race show from Chicagoland Speedway. Let's now visit with Tony Eury Jr., the crew chief for the 8 team, right?
Well, somewhat of a disappointing day. You can't help for mechanical failures, but I got to imagine there's a bit of a positive when you look how good the car was and how great the pit crew was.
Yeah, I mean, we just got some bad luck on our back right now, so we'll get rid of it, we'll be fine. I mean, I'm really proud of my team here. We'll go back and find out what the part failure was. I've been doing it for 14 years, never had it happen, so we'll definitely go back and just check out and see what happened. I mean, all this stuff's brand new, so, but, I mean, shoot, he got up on the wheel and drove as hard as he could. I mean, that's all you can ask for, and, you know, sooner or later he's got to turn around. It can't be all bad.
Absolutely. Now you get a week off and get to go to the beach a little bit, but next off to the Brickyard. Give us an outlook of what we should expect there.
It should be pretty good. I've been my 6 weeks off that I got to work on a couple of cars, and that was one of them. We built a brand new car for up there, and been working really hard on it. So I'm looking forward to it. And as good as Truex run at Pocono, I mean, you can pretty much take the same setup there. So we're looking for both cars to run really good, all 3 cars actually.
All right, enjoy your little vacation. Thanks for going along on Hotpass with us today. That is crew chief Tony Eury Jr. And again, a bit of disappointment as Jr. will finish 19th today, but this crew really kept up the good mood.
Solid run today, Dale Jr. This is NASCAR Hotpass. Did you get a good workout those final laps? And Dale Jr. apparently is taking his helmet off as he pulls into the Nextel Cup garage, and so we'll see if Ray can run him down there. A solid effort for this race team when you consider what they had to deal with. Dale Earnhardt Jr. running in the top 5 late in the race, and the power steering went away. So physically, he had to get after the wheel a little bit more. So with that, we honor Dale Earnhardt Jr., the driver of the Budweiser Chevrolet. He picks up our King of the Crew, and we congratulate Dale on that. You got a brief picture there of Dale climbing out of the race car, and a 19th place finish today. While it's not what he wanted, it's another opportunity for this team to battle through adversity and come home with a run that is better than what it could have been, and therefore they maintain their position as far as hanging on to a spot in the chase. Time now to take a look at the Shell Made to Move of the race, and it happened at lap 203. Dale Jr. running 6th, comes to pit road. It's going to be a 4 tires and fuel stop. The pit crew had been unbelievable all day long. This appeared at the time to be the final significant pit stop of the day. We told you about the problems that Dale Jr. would eventually have, but this stop just over 12 seconds took Dale Jr. from 6th to 3rd. Great work by the pit crew all day. The explanation point coming there, and that is in fact our Shell Made to Move of the race. Anytime you cover NASCAR Hotpass, you have to have the cooperation of the team, and one of the best in the business is this group at Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. And today it wasn't just the 8 car of Dale Jr. We also had an opportunity to follow Martin Truex Jr. throughout the day. So with that, we say a special thanks to all the folks at Dale Earnhardt Incorporated who make our life so easy. And it was very interesting today because we talked about the issues for Dale Earnhardt Jr., and Dale had a smile on his face throughout the afternoon. Updated points following today's race: Martin Truex Jr. falls from 10th to 11th. And Dale Jr. only 57 points behind him. He maintains his spot in the chase for the Nextel Cup. Dale Jr. 12th after 19 races and only 7 races to go until the chase for the Nextel Cup begins at New Hampshire in September. So we go off to Indianapolis next in 2 weeks. We'll talk about that more in a moment, but first, let's hear from the driver of the Budweiser Chevrolet. Back down to Ray Dunlap.
Well, thank you, Adam. I'll tell you, he's got a pretty big smile on his face. What kind of workout did you get there at the end of the race?
About all I wanted. We had a really good car, and Bud team had a great pit stop there to put us in 3rd place near the end of the race, and we had a power steering pump lock up, and I can't drive and keep up like that, so we did the best we could, but he told the junior, he said just make the best you can out of it. We did, so real proud of my Bud team. Their pit stop all day long was good. The car was handling good. We were top 10, top 5 even at times most of the day, so that's good.
One weekend off before we go for the final stretch here. You got anything fun planned?
We'll sit on the porch, drink cold beer, and then make it as cold as I can make it, and drink the heck out of it. So it should be a lot of fun.
All right, I might come visit you. That's Dale Jr. and this team, and the driver have really good spirits today. They had a great race car. Pit crew performed exceptionally, and you can't help whenever there's a mechanical problem every once in a while. Adam?
Well, absolutely, Ray, and we thank you for your fine efforts all day long on the pit lane following this 18. Great analysis of a club that battled through some issues today but was able to fight their way through with a 19th place finish. You talked about the week off next week. Then it's to Indianapolis, the All-State 400 at the Brickyard 2 weeks from today. And look at this star-studded lineup. Dale Jr. is back on Channel 799. He's joined by Jeff Burton, Tony Stewart, who won here today, point leader Jeff Gordon, and Denny Hamlin, who's always good at both Pocono and Indianapolis. Those are the guys you will see on NASCAR Hotpass in 2 weeks, live from the Brickyard at Indianapolis. Again, a special thanks to everyone at Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. Dale led laps today, spent a great deal of time in the top 5, and at the end of the day, when it was all said and done, power steering problems hurt him, but Dale Jr. comes home 19th today. Thanks to Ray Dunlap and our entire production crew, I'm Adam Alexander. So long from Chicago.
NASCAR heads to the Brickyard, and Hotpass puts you right in the middle of the action.
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go Hotpass racing!
We've got you riding shotgun with Dale Jr., Denny Hamlin, Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, and Jeff Burton as they try to win at one of the largest and most historic tracks in the Nextel Cup. It's all in 2 weeks on NASCAR Hotpass.
Well, have you been to the broken bricks town?